Konnichiwa, mina slimes. Watashi wa diesel desu. Who out here rocking the waist suit, fam? Who out here rocking the face? I almost choked on my energy drink. I'm taking away your Duolingo. Dude, you know what I'm doing now? Okay, I'm really doing this. I have like a Temu $10. Okay, I honestly think okay, no shot. I'm like, the world's falling apart. I think I need to learn Mandarin, dude. I think I need to learn Mandarin. I think if I end up having children by accident, because that's how that would happen, I would be like, oh man, I gotta make sure that these kids can know Cantonese, bro. I think you should learn Spanish. That's what I'm doing right now, is learning Spanish. But my original point was as follows. I want I'm like, I bought like a $10 Temu face mask, which it fits like a bag over my head. It's like bad. But it has headphones in it. And I listen to it when I go to bed. So that's what I do, is that I listen to Spanish while I sleep. And then while I'm driving, I'm doing a Pimsleur lesson where it's like, hola, señorita. Disculpe. Perdón. You know, you wear a sheesty to sleep. No, it's like it's a normal fucking sleeping mask. Okay, it's a normal sleeping mask. My eyes were working fine like 10 seconds ago, and now it's like being cringe. What is with this?
Admigimatic became a member. Admigimatic celebrates 7 months of membership. Hey
Thanks,
boss,
Midge.
looking cute today.
I try. I've been doing my skin routine. Do I look nice and green? I think that might have helped. Dude, so oh yeah, a few things aside from that. Oh yeah, to finish my story. Fuck. Yeah, so the Pimsleur is what I do in the car, and then sometimes I do it at home. And then I do a little Duolingo before bed. And so like I'm doing a lot of Spanish. I probably do about 2 hours of Spanish education. Not all of it is equal, of course. I know Duolingo's more like for fun, but it's really good for learning new words. It's been really good for like my definitions of stuff. But Pimsleur is like for speaking. And then the listening to Spanish before bed is just like reinforcing that. But I am thinking about like, oh, maybe I get classes, maybe I do that. You know, I watched one battle after another last night. Super fucking amazing movie. I did not know that it would be dark woke dad saves his mixed race daughter, dude. It was really good. But yeah, that was like, oh man, I really should make sure I learn Spanish, you know? This is, you know what I noticed? I'm getting Discord notifications on my VTube studio. Timu Ashisti, it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. First of all, that's not a Shisti. All right, that's literally not a Shisti. All right. Hold on. Let me show you what a Shisti. Or I guess it's a Shiesty. I don't know. Depends who you ask. All right. So here. So this is a Shiesty. Okay. This is a Shiesty. Shiesty. Yeah. Okay. Listen, it's been a while. Okay. It's been a while, but that's a Shiesty. And what I'm going to bed with is this. It is not that. I am not sleeping with a bank robber's mask on my face. God. Anyway, yeah, I talked with Mishi about getting my model re-rigged, and I was gonna get like a beater second phone to do the deep scan stuff for my face to make it like work better. And then also we were gonna get a new starting soon screen. I need to touch base with her. I've been kind of like not doing stuff over the holiday, so like I'm behind on a bunch of work. And now that the holiday's over, I get immediately sick, and now we're here, right? But that's that, dude. That's that. All right. I'm at a very Chinese time in my life, you know. I was driving home, and instead of paying attention to the Pimsleur lesson, my ADHD ass was like, think like a woke, act like a chud. Now this is a mantra to live by. And I was just like saying that in my head. And it's just like, this train of thought goes nowhere. Why are you entertaining it? But I couldn't help it. So there's that. Someone was like, I should do my anime voice earlier. What is that aside from the Konnichiwa Mina Slimes? That's just what I wear to ski. You dress like a robber to ski. I know that's the point, but like a balaclava is like meant for robbing people. I don't ever see another reason to wear such an object upon your noggin, you know? God damn, this is gonna be a rough one today, guys. Not gonna lie. All right. So we might as well get in on it. All right. So it's been a while since we covered VTuber drama, and this person showed somebody posted about them in the server yesterday, which is why you guys should post things there, so that way I know what's happening. Okay. But aside from that, yeah, I heard about this. I saw some tweets about it, and at first I was like, oh, maybe they're just some like glup shitto. Turns out not a glup shitto. Not a glup shitto at all. But I saw the usual suspects get involved in it. And I'm like, all right, well, what's going on here? And so we're going to start with the most egregious part of this story before we get to the less egregious stuff. And then, like, go over all the nonsense. This person actually has an obscene amount of lore to them. Like, so much lore that I couldn't possibly begin to cover it all here. Especially because this is one of those streams where I didn't prepare a docket. Like the Twink Boykowski one or the Logan Paul one. So I'm kind of jazzing it out today, kind of feeling it out. But this is Elfinpsyop, and you're gonna know exactly what their fucking problem is right now. Guys, I have a little announcement to make. So this may not come as much of a shock to some of you, but to most of the majority, I want to be truthful to all of you. When I first started VTubing, I was 17 years old. My hallmates living with me were older than me and would buy me all the alcohol. So I pretended to be a bit older online. I came to the UK to study a foundation year. At 16, turning 17. They let you essentially go if you have good grades. I'm 19 right now. The funniest part of all this is I never told my age to anyone, because I didn't want people to think it was weird someone underage is talking about stupid shit online. And the lie had gone on for so long for me to tell the truth, but I'm a solid age now that I don't care. It's kind of why I suck at saying, but what I've learned is that, like, oh, I started going on 4chan when I was 14, but what I mean is like 11. This is actually horrifying. Jesus Christ. Dude, the kids are not all right. I wanted to sound older somehow. I had to get a proper ID for 18. When I turned 18, it was exhilarating buying my own beer. Ha ha ha. Also, I thought I should put this out there because all the images that my haters have been leaking are all technically CP. Ah! Good luck. Whoa! Whoa! Damn, bitch. You shouldn't be in the UK. You should be in the mental asylum. Damn. God damn. They got groypers in middle school now? What's going on? They call me a groomer, but they're spreading CP around. What? Motherfuckers like, if I'm going down, you're all going down with me. She's the Oprah Winfrey of pedophilia. I've never seen, like, okay, but Oprah Winfrey wouldn't like show her hoo-ha, right? This is more like somebody self-immolating next to somebody else to really show how much of a piece of shit they are, you know? Like, it doesn't it's like, oh, guys, I just distributed CP, and then you guys distributed CP after I distributed it myself. Brother. You know, these two wrongs, I don't believe they make a right.
Admatius2ish became a member. Admatius2ish celebrates 9 months of membership, sacrificing like Bill Clinton and Epstein files.
Dude, yeah, holy shit. Dude, how will this affect Jeffrey Epstein's legacy, guys? That's the real question. How will this affect Tipster's legacy? You know? They're 19 now. They were born in 2006. Yeah, I hope you feel old. Fucking post 9/11 Groiper, dude. Granted, I think is Nick Fuentes a post 9/11 Groiper? Was he born after 9/11? No, he's like my age. So I guess he would be like, he's just barely a pre 9/11 Groiper. I mean, he invented it, right? You realize taking the pictures and uploading them is you transmitting and distributing illegal CP as well, right? Just because it's yourself doesn't remove that. Yeah, I know, but that shit was ages ago, and I sent it to a few people at different time intervals. I don't. That's not. I don't. Girl, that doesn't undo it, you know? That doesn't make it better. All right. So this is like the explosive incident, by the way. There was a VTuber who did like a thread on it. So we'll go over the thread now. But yeah. Yeah. God damn, that's pretty rough. We'll go over the video if I'm not like giga bored. Dude, January 6th was crazy, dude. That's crazy. All right. Oh, the post is no longer available. Of course it is. Elfin just admitted to the creation and distribution of CSAM of herself as a minor while lying about her age and going, tee my haters don't know they were sending CP. How she still has and will continue to have the supporters is insane. What the fuck? So it should just be said that she's like, from what I was looking at of her like entire online history, is that she's like this little fucking teenager who's like a giga racist.
At the Weaver Off Dreams celebrates 27 months of membership. I am filled with existential dread.
Yeah, I mean, is it odd to say, Weaver, that I feel like completely ambivalent towards it? Like if I told most normal people in my life the stuff I cover on stream, they'd be like, how are you not fucking miserable? And the answers to that would be, yeah, I am miserable. But then the follow up to that would be, I just don't, you don't feel anything anymore, you know? All right. Elfin commented saying she only sent photos to those around her age. Not better, by the way. Not better. Maybe comment on why the leakers are posting my images in the first place. I sent it to trusted people, only a few that were around my age. Why are we moving the goalpost, really? I actually do want to throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? Is it like, I don't know, maybe it's like not woke of me to say, but like I don't care about what happened to you in this way because the end result does not change, right? They leaked it, plus used AI to create way more to harass me after I rejected them. Oh, okay, well, wait a second. Wait a second. So there's a Rima Even Star video that we'll go over in a little bit, but apparently she was like dating around in her community, which also means that she was dating around in her community when she was underage, which based on a message like this, it sounds like she sent. First of all, okay, there's a few things to break down here. So she was sending nudes to somebody as a minor. And then that person made AI of her nudes when she rejected them, but she gave them the nudes in the first place, is what that sounds like to me. So it just sounds like you gave Sam to someone who was infatuated with you and then turned around and went, I'm not interested. Assuming you're both minors, then that's just like really fucked up. And then assuming it was an adult, that person should be strung up. You know, we used to hang people like this from streetlights, guys. This is a case of revenge porn. Please research more before commenting. N-word, you made those pics. You distributed CP. Nope. I sent them to people my age. That doesn't change it, dude. I sent them to people my age when I was young and stupid. Dude, young people on the internet are great, okay? Because this motherfucker's like, I did this when I was dumb and young and I was in a different place. And I was in a different place in my life. And the difference in their life is like junior versus senior year of high school. I've done a lot of growing in the past week and a half.
Hi, how are you? Don't check her Twitter tag. Don't check her Twitter tag.
I won't. I won't. I can only imagine, and I don't want to imagine any further, so. I have thought thoroughly about my actions this last hour. That's literally what she's saying. When I was young and stupid, and I've regretted it since. They leaked them and are spreading. When I first started VTubing, I was 17 years old. Oh, and then I read that earlier. The blah, 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 blah. Okay, I read all that. Okay. And then this goes... At first, she doesn't deny she sent nudes and illegal content. When mentioned twice and says it's dumb. Now, full nudes never happened. That was AI and ages ago. Elf, sorry, but that's the ABC of the internet. I did ever learn it first when getting access to it. Never, and I mean never send someone your nudes because you never know where they'll end up. I was retarded. I'm not denying that. Ha ha ha. Okay. All right. Follow-up post, since a lot of you guys are really dumb. I really like how she's stepping full force on the gas, actually. I only finally came out because my haters, schizo antis, repeatedly create AI porn of me using images I've only taken that were never full nudes. So she has like a bunch of haters because she's like giga offensive, right? Or are these just like schizos in like the generic sense, I mean, schizos could be really anything these days. I only ever sent them to a few people that I trusted back then, and they trusted me with their picks. Oh, so you received as well as gave. Okay, well, that doesn't make any of this any better. This was ages ago, like a year or so. Guys, it was a really long time ago. 12 months. People talk about ages ago on the internet, and they mean like 5 weeks ago. All right? Like, people, when I think of ages ago, I think of like, oh man, you remember Harambe? Yeah, Harambe was a decade, guys. Harambe was a decade ago. And then it was revealed she was half Pakistani. So, I mean, that would turn her audience against her for sure. This was ages ago, like a year ago or so. So, teens. Teens do dumbass shit all the time. And this was that. First of all, one, if we're talking about a year ago, and you're 19 now, and it's set, or let's say you're 18, right? Let's say a year ago, so you're 17. You're saying that you have demonstrably changed as a human being in the past 12 months. What kind of events happen in the past 12 months that have radically changed your position as like a human being on such a fundamental level? Like I've been doing this streaming thing for a little bit. I think I've slowly become more dark woke over time.
DBF 12 months is ages to a teenager.
That's true. That's true. You raise up a very good point there. House fire, that changed me a lot fundamentally. Yeah. Yeah, when I found out that I still had more student loans to pay off, that changed me fundamentally. But it's just what is the context of that, right? What they're doing is continually posting it using AI to make full-on nudes to get revenge. That's straight up a crime. But yeah, that's it. This girl thinks it's really an own too. Wow. They turned 18, Diesel. As we all know, you turn 18 and magically turn into an adult. Yeah, and you actually know everything. It's crazy. They let you do things like vote and stuff. Oh, good, good, good. Glad your power's back, KJ. All right. Elfinpsyop has deleted her accounts and announced graduation. This comes after, dude, all these VTubers keep talking about graduation. They must really like Kanye West in that community. Granted, makes sense. Makes sense. This comes after my video and others' call-outs linked in the replies. I don't think this is actually going to be the end, though, if I'm being totally honest. Yeah, I think this is the kind of person that she'll, like, take away her social media and come back as a new streamer and just be totally mask off about everything, right? Just lean into it, right? Just get worse, honestly. But there's them deleting it, all right? Oh, boy. How many VTubers who graduate actually finish school? That's a good question. All right. Her kick is still up and her throne is still active. Dude, I'm calling it right. She's coming back, dude. She's coming back. All right. And she's just going to be posting the heinous shit that she was... Well, she was already posting it. There was some pretty ridiculous ones. I'm not going to lie. Hey, thank you for always being by my side. When I first started streaming, it was crazy to me to have so many people like me so much and want to talk to me. It felt exhilarating to have friends and community. All the art I got, okay, I'm going to say it again. We need third spaces. We need third spaces and easily walkable neighborhoods. That way kids can go outside and stop going online and becoming streamers. There we go. That's my TED Talk for today. I got it out of the way nice and quick. It felt exhilarating to have friends in a community and blah, blah, blah. I made the 10-hour Among Us sessions. It was incredible. Probably the best time I've ever had in my life. I wouldn't trade this time for the world. It meant everything to me. And you guys meant everything to me. I'd like to thank you all for being amazing agents, for believing in me, even though I've always been a massive loser, for always sticking by my side, buying my merch, liking me at all. I wish I could give you more than this. I wish I could be more than what I am for you guys. I'm so sorry for disappointing you like I do every time. But I just wanted to say I really love you guys, despite all the controversies and dramas we've been through. It's always been way too fun to want to forget all of this. I guess the Elfin saga had to end on a weird, bittersweet note like this. Fucking chaotic. It definitely wasn't meant to last. I never believed in myself that much. Too much shit has happened. Dude, fucking... Alright. I'll save that one for a little later in the stream when we get to more heinous things. Definitely wasn't... too much shit has happened. I'm too small of a person to be able to handle it alone. I've lost. It doesn't matter anymore. Please don't be sad when I'm gone. You can always look back into memories, parentheses, so corny. She was probably drunk typing this. She gets really sad and depressed when wasted. I'll be graduating for good. I wish I could have a stream rather than this Discord announcement. But this is the best I can bring myself to do. I don't want to seem pathetic on stream and have to act nonchalant. Thank you for being with me. I love you all. It was really nice while it lasted. It was sore this person died, dude. Oh, shit. All right. God. Issue or not, I'm not defending her actions. She clearly had mental problems and needed to see a therapist. But damn, you fuckers keep pushing till someone kills themselves. Then you guys pat yourself on the back. Job well done. And this is supposed to be a tolerant, peaceful leftoids. Oh my god, fucking get hit by a car. Get hit by a car, dude. Get hit by a car. I thought the left was the side of peace. Fucking drive. Cry me a river. Cry me a river, all right? We should have made more memes about Charlie Kirk when he died. Fuck you. Let's be real. Let's be real. Everybody gets on Twitter and acts like a completely fucking antisocial psychopath and has no capacity for empathy because there's no consequences for anything they say. All right. Now, I'm a creator. So anytime I say something, it gets tied to my personal brand for eternity. But if you're a random glup shitto, you can just go online, say something heinous, delete your account, and come back as a new person. All right? You literally have no stake in anything whatsoever. You clock into your job, provide minimum value to the shareholder, and then get online and complain about something that you do nothing actionably to change. All right? And then when you do, your entire thing is based on a complete conspiracy theory. All right? Like, fucking, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, most of the people in this chat could honestly, like, you know, put on a new mask tomorrow, be a different person, and say something nothing, like, be nothing but completely heinous, right? Obviously, like, all right, part of me's laughing at this because it is crazy, right? I can admit that something is crazy and absolutely outrageous. Like, this is comedy in the absurd. And this is absurd, okay? This is absurd. But I recognize the empathy. Like, I have empathy, right? Like, this is a young person. She probably never had a lot of friends in real life. She probably, you know, had to stay at home quite a lot. And so she sought companionship and comfort on the internet. And there's something uniquely antisocial about the internet that erodes not only like your humanity, but so much, right?
Tud Trashtenker became a member. Tud Trashtenker celebrates 26 months of membership. Delete channel. Return anew to only say slurs.
I mean, I guess. Yeah, she's been on 4chan since age 9, according to KF, active on R9K. All right, I'm gonna address that in a second after I turn off the empathy badge, right? But I'm gonna get to that one in a second. But like, yeah, it's like I feel bad. I feel bad because I resonate with that. You know, having times in my life where I didn't have anybody around me, and the only place that I could seek socialization was the internet, and it wasn't healthy, and you know, it probably wasn't good for me, and it definitely left me in a deficit for a long time. But there are people who do that and then put themselves in places to get worse and kind of revel in that worseness. And when they revel in that, they reaffirm that as their personal life affirmations, right? Where it's like, oh, I spend all my time online. Oh, well, you know, all the people I spend my time with online think that fucking, I don't know, I'll use a recent example. Like, everybody I spend time with online thinks that Haitians eat dogs. So I decide to associate with all of those beliefs that they have because I don't want to lose those friends I've made. And you re-internalize those, and those become your like mode of seeing the world, especially as a young person, right? Because I was that way for years, right? Where I've talked about how I used to just be like a giga racist, right? Like, it's true. But yeah, it's just you do that and it reaffirms all these negative things, and there's a lot of negative self-talk from this stuff, right? Like clavicular. And I saw a tweet on Twitter, aka X the Everything app. Sorry, I gotta do the whole thing. But I saw it was a comparison between fucking what's his name? The guy who's like bra, the lifting bra guy. He was like a tan bodybuilder, and he was like, you know, he died young, and his whole thing was like going and dancing. Ziz, thank you, right? But it was a very like, I mean, it was weird, but it was also like affirmational, where it's like we're all gonna make it, brah. Like we're all fucking like we could all be gods, brah. Like we could all make it together, brah. Right? Like that's a lot of optimism there, right? But Clavicular kind of portrays this inverse of that, where it's like you're not gonna make it. The white race is dying. You're dying. You will never be able to afford anything. Not only because you are poor, but because your what is it? Fucking chin tilt isn't maximally attractive enough. And your ability to move up in the world is dictated by how wide your shoulders are. And it's just like what a sad set of beliefs that you feel that you're so hampered by your ability to have fucking broad shoulders that you don't think you could get a job, but that you can't be loved. Like I don't know. I see that a lot with Gen Z, and it's really sad. And I don't really know of another way to tackle that other than we need third spaces. I know that's the meme answer, but like I mean it's true. Like I resonate with that. Ziz and Scooby are the best. Scooby actually helped a lot of people and slash fit to stop being homophobic. Yeah, Scooby's the other one. Scooby's the other one. Ziz died in a fucking sauna. Chill. I couldn't fucking I didn't remember how he died. All right, I didn't remember how he died. But yeah, aside from that, putting aside the comedy for a second, or putting aside the empathy for a second, R9K, motherfucker was posting on R9K, okay, and posting on R9K and sharing CSAM on the internet. Are we sure this person isn't a federal agent, man? Like, I know she's not, but like, really? Sharing CSAM and fucking being on R9K? They were posting CSAM, yes, of themselves. Oh my god, that's fucking funny. Like, that's like one of the worst ones that you could have been posting to. Her entire joke was she's a fed and her community was too. Okay, guys, every time one of these guys who their entire bit is like the great replacement theory, all right, anytime their thing is like great replacement theory and like, oh, actually I'm a fed, and then they also think that like you should groom children or Jeffrey Epstein was a great guy or something. Anytime somebody's like that, not only are they what I mean, they're probably a fed, but then also, aside from her being like probably a fed, that kind of person just breeds like actual feds to appear in the community, right? Where it's like, oh, they just kind of hang around and then they pick off people for being in that space, you know? But that's really bad. She's like edgier Pippa. Coincidentally, she's also obsessed with someone from the same VTuber corpo as Pippa. Ugh. Yeah, might be Russian. Like there's so many. Okay, conspiracy theory. I think a lot of the political grifters that you see are either directly or indirectly receiving dark money from deep state actors. Like Tim Pool was getting it directly, right? So him being ignorant to that is a lie. But I think a guy like Grums, maybe not Grums. Grums is actually probably the only one that is big enough to matter. But I think a lot of those guys might get botted views and follows on their tweets that generate income for their ridiculous post. So they're given soft incentive by the algorithm to post all this heinous shit. But yeah, so I don't think they directly get dark money. I think that the power structures that exist for like online like manufactured consent operations, right? I think that those are emboldened by state actors, and those state actors give support to grifters because they're useful idiots. So if you just feed them views, then that gives them like a bump up. So I don't think a lot of people are getting direct. I don't think a lot of people are directly feds, but I think a lot of the times people indirectly feed the apparatus of feds. There we go. I don't know. That sounds like a conspiracy theory. I know, but I think I'm onto something there. All right, so let's go into that's that. I won't. I don't know. I don't know. I see Mercury has like somebody posted her face. It's her with a gun and a troll face shirt. And she is exactly the kind of caricature you'd think. Which, like, if these people were generated by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, I would believe it. But then also, fucking Kash Patel can't do anything, so I don't believe it. These communities feel like communities cultivated by feds or allowed by feds to have fringe peeled off and sent after state governors. Yeah. Yeah. Like a fed doesn't have to be a main actor. They just need to be a present participant in it. Right? That's really it. All right. Here, we'll watch the video now that was up about it because it's nice and short anyway.
So this VTuber just dropped a bombshell admission, claiming that photos that she sent to other people and distributed, who mind you believed she was an adult at the time, which would later be leaked and shared on the internet, which by her own...
No, that's her, though. That's a pic of her without the filters she tried to add her make herself not look brown. Okay.
Admission as of today were technically illegal material. Now, why would she say that? Well, because as she now admits, she lied about her age to the people she...
By the way, I thought this was very funny. Chibi reviews appeared instantly in the replies of this to be like, what happened? Motherfucker. Usual suspects. Jesus Christ.
Sent it to, and was
somebody called Nux Taku. He's got to run defense on this.
Actually a minor when those images were created and shared by her. Now, she might have posted this thinking it would scare off her haters by pointing out that they have CSAM now on their computers and have shared it possibly on the internet, but I think she either completely overlooked or doesn't care just how bad this makes her look. The VTuber in question is Elfinpsyop, and honestly, this level of craziness is exactly what she's known for. If you've been aware of her for a while like I have, then you would realize that this behavior kind of tracks with her entire online persona. She's built her image on this kind of zero filter and zero...
Whoa! Trans people go around policing people's jokes, but then blank actual children. What is that? Grope? Or that's grope actual children? Dude, every time like a guy who's like giga right wing is like, the left is trying to police my jokes. You know, they get to have their joke, and then their joke is like, N-word, and then that's the joke, man. I say racy stuff all the time on stream. But then groom actual children? Yeah, probably groom. Okay. I don't know why we blurred that out, all right? I don't know why we blurred that out. Not me, obviously. But, but like, dude, if the jokes were funny, man, if the jokes were funny, like, that's really it. Like, I think one of the things, all right, woke 1.0, the worst part of it was that, like, nobody knew how to take a joke, right? Or nobody knew how to, like, have any sense of humor whatsoever. But now it's, like, really common to be like, does this rapper, I was gonna say he's Asian. That doesn't really fucking matter at all, but I said it. All right, we're moving on. His name's Contrast. But he has a song called ADD where he's talking about fucking bitches with autism. And it's a really good song. And he's like, one of the bars in it is like, she, her, they, them. I don't care. I'm still trying to hit though, or something like that. Right? Which, like, I don't think is like woke 1.0 would not, they would not want that. I don't think woke 1.0 would be comfortable with such a statement, right? But I think it's a really funny joke, right? I think it's a very funny joke. I also think it's just a really funny verse. It's just a really funny verse and a really good song. So it's not like I'm against that kind of shit, right? But it's just like a lot of the times these guys are like, they're policing humor. They're trying to take away comedy, you know? They're trying to make comedy illegal. And then when they get the chance to say comedy, it's just the word retard 25 times in a tweet. Okay? It's like, that's not even like a joke, bro. Like, what are you, 12? You know? God. He's down with the syndrome, which is such a fucking bar. Are we on woke 2.0 or 3.0 at the moment? I'm not really on top of this sort of thing. I think I don't want to put a strong line in the sand. I'm not like the expert on woke, but I don't know, man. I say the occasional slur, but I also believe in like, equal rights, Listen, man, we need top surgery because I want top, You know what I mean? So that's the kind of mentality we gotta have. It's like, you can be offensive, just don't actually be like, we need to segregate people and give black people their own water fountain. You can't say that and then be like, but it was a joke, actually. It's like, that's not a joke. It's just segregation. We had like a whole big movement about that, actually. This is what a Nazi uniform actually looks like, not what Zentraya has. I hope you finally understand, guys. Dude, girls and Panzer fans be like.
Boundaries sort of mindset. If you're used to the polished corporate world of How Alive or Niji Sanji, Elfin is the polar opposite. You can sort of think of her as like,
it's not even that. I feel like these kind of VTubers fill the niche of like a guy who is like really obsessed with the idea of like someone who's like giga racist. That's a nice argument, but I asked Grok to put you in a bikini, therefore you lost the argument. Oh, also, yeah. The guys on the right these days are like, oh, they're trying to ban comedy. First of all, you have a majority in every position in government right now. Two, one of the social media platforms, actually most of them, are owned by guys who agree with your political beliefs. All right? Fucking, like, come on, brother. Come on. Like, you're really going to be saying this when you could say whatever the fuck you want on Twitter, okay? Or you could say whatever the fuck you want on Facebook. The only place you really can is YouTube. And if you don't want to do YouTube, you could go to Kick or Rumble. Like, you have options now. Like, in 2016, I get it. You didn't have options. There was no place for the racists to gather. But now there's places for the racists to gather. So what the fuck are you complaining about? God, you guys act like the minorities you complain about. You're like, I don't have a place. I don't have a safe space to say the N-word. Fucking you have one now, dude. You're just being a bitchy, whiny ass.
An anti-idol type of VTuber. Her content is raw, uncomfortable, and often deeply chaotic. Now, I'm not going to go into an overview of her entire career online as a VTuber, because some videos already exist, which cover it better than I can here. I will say...
Yeah, I think that's the Rima Evenstar video. We'll take a look at that one after. I'm not like a huge Rima Evenstar fan. She's kind of annoying for various reasons, but, we'll get there when we get there. Where the fuck am I stupid? Where did I put the video? Oh, here we go.
She has a history of weaponizing.
They're acting like snowflakes. Yes, they are acting like snowflakes. Brother, fucking tell a motherfucker to kill himself, make the joke, move on with your life. But these motherfuckers want to have it both ways. All right? You want to be able to make the joke, but you don't want anybody to make a joke about Charlie Kirk. Fuck you. Fat JD Vance is funny, but I guess that one has kind of come around again.
Her own messy personality to deflect criticism, and has a history of building her image on being unhinged, edgy, and very unfiltered, to a degree that I've been very vocal that I'm not a fan of, but I digress. So with that background out of the way and you knowing who Elfinpsyop is, let's take a look at where she confesses to misleading others about her age, sending them nude photos of herself as a minor, and then brags that all of her haters have been basically leaking CSAM. So I'm not going to read the entire tweet to you because it's on screen, but what you can take away from it is that she started VTubing at 17, and during this period of time she would send images to multiple people. These being the
I like Ruma. She's got a good team for her videos, her streams. Her standard for like whether or not somebody's able to react to her content is really funny. I understand that the standards in VTubing are completely different. And I kind of get it as somebody who makes video essays. But then I've also kind of come to the conclusion that like tons of people actually don't pay attention to what you're saying anyway. And they're just kind of like filling their ears with stuff. Like, I don't know. So I don't care when people react anymore because, look, if you're watching somebody react to my content, you're not engaging with my content. And if you actually like my content, you should watch my videos and not listen to the punditry of another streamer because 90% of the time, that motherfucker isn't actually listening to what I'm saying and will probably not understand what I'm saying. I'm pretty clear with my writing, and I know I'm good at it. So if a motherfucker didn't understand it, he's an idiot. So, and it is a he because it's all men in commentary. But like, that's just, it is what it is, right? If you actually want to engage, fucking engage, or don't fucking watch the video.
Nude and sexual photos that I just mentioned, which unknown to the people she was sending this to, because she admits that she was lying about her age online, to the point where she would fabricate details about her life, such as when she went on 4chan for the first time. Now, as she says in the replies here,
it's commentary he, not commentary she.
she didn't think people were going to leak these images, but that's not really an excuse because she was essentially lying to the people she was being sexual with and sending them images which could easily land them in prison. And she's very callous about the fact that she doesn't care. Now, of course, she is a victim in the sense that they release these images.
What happens if she goes to this? Feels like eventually somebody's gonna blow her door down. You know, and they're gonna come running in with a gun, you know?
Without her consent, which is pretty awful because it's never okay to leak private images.
I don't think anyone would leak these images. It's the internet, idiot. I have specifically, look, man, the only way that a woman in my life is getting a picture of my penis is on a Polaroid physically, all right? And then I need to watch them burn it in front of me.
Is like that, especially to the public.
Actually, it's commentary-tarded. All right, that one was kind of a stretch, but I laughed because it was such a stretch.
However, that being said, two things can be true at the same time. She can be a victim of revenge porn by being both reckless and seemingly malicious, and the fact that she sent these images to others, and after the fact allowed them to leak it and basically keep it in possession, knowing it was illegal material. Which I do want to point out, a lot of sites like 4chan and others, which are publicly accessible by Google, now actually are hosting CSAM because of what she did. And while I can kind of understand why she has no remorse for the people who leaked into
Does that insinuate you expect her to goon to it in front of you as well? Look, bitch. I didn't like think through the scenario that much in my head, all right? But like, I feel like you have all these barriers, right? So if I just send you a digital image of my penor over the internet, you have a lower barrier between you and posting it on twitter.com, aka X to Everything app. But if I send you a Polaroid, you have to take your phone out and take a picture of my penis with your phone and then go from the phone app to make a tweet and then send that as a tweet, right? So that extra barrier of entry, you'll be like doing that and then boom. Diesel, I'm begging you, stop talking about your dick pics. I've never taken a picture of my penis, so it doesn't exist.
Distributed these images, it rubs me incredibly the wrong way that she's basically calling them silly little pedophiles when they didn't even know she was a minor at the time. Which I don't think that's what the word means, but I digress. Now I'm sure for many of her longtime followers, which unfortunately includes a lot of people that I follow, this reckless behavior isn't exactly new. In a video by Rim,
I don't know why. Guys, you're telling me the fucking schizophrenic lolly VTuber was crazy? Wow.
Elfinpsyop, which you should check out. She has a repeated history of blurring the boundaries with her fans and orbiters, but she often uses her age or mental state as a shield.
Imagine if you did PR for Pro Jared, the internet would be so different today. Well, I don't even know how listen, he posted his penis online himself.
Whenever someone criticizes the behavior that she sort of exhibited online. However, I don't think that's a valid excuse in those instances, nor do I think that's a very valid excuse here. While she's pulling the gotcha card on her haters here for distributing.
Dude, I love it, dude. Every single person who's like, I wish I was a Japanese girl. Every person who's like that is like brown. Because I'm just looking at her model and I'm just like, oh boy, fantasy fulfillment, huh?
CSAM.
At least my VTuber kind of looks like me, except he's green.
Kind of an Uno reverse card situation because she was the one who produced and shared it to them in the first place without them knowing her real age. Like, of course the leakers are in the wrong, revenge porn is pretty disgusting, but as I said earlier, two things can be true at once. I wouldn't call the leakers victims per se, but in a way she kind of entrapped them into basically distributing CSAM, which—
Dude, I can't believe it, we got a reverse predator, dude. We got a reverse predator situation.
I can't help but be like, what the fuck? And if you want to make the argument that she never forced him—
Are you not green? No, he's green.
to post it, here's a tweet where she's basically baiting somebody to share the images themselves, knowing that
Wow, that's fucking crazy and weird.
they were in fact CSAM. That in its own right is pretty morally fucked up in my opinion, which coupled with the
It's a new year. Scarlet Reaper will make his return. Dude, Scarlet Reaper could just move on with his life, bro. He could just move on with his life.
lot of her behavior in the past doesn't exactly paint the best
Just like everybody else did, all right?
picture of her character. And I really can't imagine the headspace that goes into admitting this on Twitter, which I'm pretty sure Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram aren't exactly fond of people admitting to distributing CSAM on their public account. And that's even if she did so off platform. In a way, it's a good thing that she admitted that the images were CSAM, but now there's a lot of liability on her.
Still wondering, does any of you remember Azothan, dude? Does anybody remember Azothan? He was the first one. He was the first one to try. He was the first one to try and ring the Dinkster.
Illegally, depending on where she's at, and showing herself to be someone that lies and manipulates others.
Dude, it's actually crazy, dude. I always say, there's never been, I think the only one that fumbled harder than Azothan was Nani, actually. I mean, because Nani fumbled me. I didn't even know she was trying, to be honest, but...
And is willing to say anything or do anything that would get back at her quote-unquote haters. I find it pretty goddamn gross, honestly. I did not want my video back to be discussing this, but I wanted to talk about it because it's pretty fucking insane. I guess in the end, Elfin might technically be right that her haters are spreading illegal material, and she was a victim of this, of course. But to prove that point, she had to admit to distributing CSAM herself first to people who are not knowing recipients of such material, which I'm pretty sure is illegal in a lot of places, including the United
I
Kingdom.
hope we get the return of the ACC drama this year. You know, in some respects, I want that because I like steady income. And then on the other end, I'd prefer something different. I think that EHD needs to end. I think we need something else. I'm so tired of it. All right. Listen, you know the topic is done when Jar's coming in to make it like an easily agreeable video.
Where I'm pretty sure she resides. Like, she may have owned the haters, I guess, by being like, hi, you now have CSAM on your computer, but I don't think this is the gotcha moment that she really thinks it is. It just seems like a massive self-report on her own character, which could lead to a deplatforming or making herself—
Oh, so you want Nick to starve. All right. 1, I promise you he won't starve. 2, we live in a post-GLP-1 world. He'll be fine.
massive criminal liability. Who knows? Anyways, thank you guys.
Oh, dude, a major ACC SEC thing just hit the Twin Towers the other day. It's 20 hours long. Well, Midge, what are you doing? Why are you not putting that in the server, actually?
So much for watching this video. I found this to be pretty repugnant, and I just wanted to talk about it because it was on my mind, and I didn't see it.
Yeah, you know it's over when Jar is coming in to claim the correct response. Yeah. All right, so Rima Evenstar is like, you gotta watch the full video. You gotta link to my video. Yada yada. Yada yada. Yada yada. This is Rima's channel. I'm being nice and following her standard. That's her channel. That's the video if you want to watch it on your own time. Again, I did also talk about the whole punditry thing being a pain in the ass anyway. So I guess if you like really want to lock in and pay attention to this, then yeah, I guess you should watch Rima's video. But yeah, I'm going to be a hypocrite now, so.
Parasocialism goes both ways. We always talk about the lonely viewer sitting in the dark, obsessed with their favorite Vtuber. But what if the streamer is just as desperate and broken, manipulating the people who worship her while depending on them to keep herself sane? This is Elfinpsyop, a small indie Vtuber viewers often described as having a femcel/Tomoko Kuroki-esque aesthetic. If you've never heard of Tomoko, she's the protagonist of Watamore, an anime about socially inept, lonely girl who craves attention.
By the way, the fact that this kind of character archetype has become something that people are like, you know, you can absolutely skip Rima's video. I don't know anything about this dating stuff, so I am interested to know what like the old tea is. Unless there's really nothing here. We have the doc. Okay, well, shit. Is it, wait, okay, Axis, is that long doc that I have, this PDF? Is it this one? Is this the PDF that in question? It's this, isn't it? All right, okay, we're gonna be here a while, aren't we? God. Time to read another Google Docie. Turn it off or go on streamer mode. Oh, sorry. I didn't even notice I had it on. All right. I did not anticipate needing to put this together in this document. I had hopes that this was something that could be kept out of the public eye and handled privately. The true nature of the situation made that seem impossible, but until recently, that was still an option on the table. However, unlikely it may have been. But circumstances have changed. Elfinpsyop's public statement effectively amounted to slander, so that has shifted from a preemptive warning intended to be released in tandem with my exit. Another day, another doc. I know. Oh my god. I didn't Rima like had those standards those. Where did she say that about the video? Yeah, fucking it's in like the description of her videos. Let me be clear. I like this community. It's been built up over the last year. It's generally enjoyable. As such, it would be injustice to all of you if it were not brought to the public's attention. Some of you are friends, some of you are peers, and some of you are people that I outright despise. But you're all fans or viewers of Elfinpsyop, like I have been, and therefore you all deserve to know how malicious she can be. Initially, this document sought to provide evidence of how Elfinpsyop manipulated her fans and the people around her for her own sexual gratification, and after the fact, accused them of manipulating her, excommunicating them, and ruining their reputations via private circles. Like I said, it was meant to be a warning to her close fans, veteran agents, so that they do not find themselves in the same situations that many other men had. After her accusations towards me, I have shifted gears. This document outlines a clear timeline of events starting from March 15, 2024, when I watched my first stream. It will put the proof of the topics being spoken and not only mention the usernames that are pertinent to the issue at hand. It'll attempt to both exonerate me and prevent fans from being the object of Elfinpsyop's impulses. The outline will not contain any sort of doxing, no photos, no real names, no address, no locations. That is not the intended purpose. I do not intend to tell you how to feel or what to do. To the point, Elfinpsyop over the course of the last year has been coming to members of her audience, sending them explicit pictures of herself, as well as engaging in flirtatious messaging and sexting. Dude, it really is the reverse predator. Sending them explicit pictures of herself, as well as engaging in flirtatious messaging and blah, 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 blah. There are 6 confirmed instances. The full list could be significantly larger. Dude, we got this before the Epstein files. Those 6 include myself, Average Bird Enjoyer, Merrick, Shovel Breath, Launchland, Captcha, and Sacco. Here I'll describe my relationship with Elfinpsyop to exonerate myself from Elfin's accusations of me attempting to groom her, as well as describe the first instance of Elfin's pattern of behavior I mentioned within the introduction. Now you guys know why I don't like fucking talk to all of you people. Some of you people are nuts. Let's see. Idle Bandit asked me to jokingly save a VTuber, Elfinpsyop. The server was created on March 16th. I joined the next day. I enjoy like my fans, like don't get me wrong, but like it is super overwhelming sometimes, which is why it's like I can't I'm comfortable doing stages, but it's like really like I've done like, oh, Diesel gets in a community VC, and then like one guy was like trying to tell me his like fucking fixation, and then another guy was like talking about something else, and everybody wants your attention, and then there was another girl in there and it was hella autistic and was like, Diesel, here is my hobbies. Please look at all my hobbies. And so she had her camera on and she was showing me her hobbies. And I was like, I can't fucking focus. I'm too overwhelmed right now. I'm literally overstimulated. Yeah, that's what it was like. It was like that. I didn't know what to do. So like I'm cool doing stages. I like doing stages. They're a lot of fun. But it was like driving me crazy. Oh, that sounds like my hell. So like I get it, right? I want people to interact in like, you know, my community and shit. And I like that. And so I know that I have to do stuff, but I have just this fucking overwhelming fear of getting into a VC because all of a sudden there's all these insane expectations put on me. March 25th, 2024. In between my joining and the 25th, Elfin had made a marshmallow for people to anonymously message. What the fuck is a marshmallow? Is that like a ask me anything type thing? I sent 2 general supportive messages by then, but she had not checked her inbox despite other people reminding her to do so until this interaction. What the good boy. What the fuck? He gets this for not killing something? Read your marshmallows. After reading them, she would later send a DM expressing her appreciation. Oh, goddamn, I gotta zoom in on this. Hey, Average Bird Enjoyer, I'm really happy to have supporters like you. Let's see. I read your Amaros, and you have no idea how happy I felt. I've never had support like that in my life, not from my parents or from any of my friends. I really appreciate you. Thank you. So here's another thing that I don't understand, and maybe it's because I've been doing this a while. Compliments literally fall off me like water because I get complimented all the time. Like, I mean, honestly, up until like the last 2 years as a streamer, I guess 2.5 now, I really had seen every compliment physically possible. So it was like I thank people for them, but I don't know how to react because like you kind of run through the motions of those interactions. Up until the point when people started having sex to my streams. Then I was flattered and horrified. Thank you so much. I love you. You've made me incredibly happy, and I can never thank you enough. Thank you for caring about me, too. I'll never forget it. Heart, heart, heart. I feel alone in this world all the time, but you guys I look forward to each day. I like how you're green. Green is cool. Don't take this the wrong way, but you're really like a dad. I really appreciate you caring for me this much. I love getting head pats and affection so much. Thank you. Wow. That's wow, that's rough. That's rough. That's ay. I've never seen I've never seen a more federal agent inducing message, dude. Diesel hates head pats. That's outrageous. You know that's not true, Greg. That makes it sound like I want head pats from you, Greg. I mean, I guess I wouldn't say no. As you can see, the initial interactions were relatively wholesome. There's so my brother, my average bird enjoyer, that is the most giga red flag message ever. Could you? I can't. If a creator I watch sent me a message and said, "You're like a father. You're really like a dad," I'd be like, "This person is really mentally ill, dude." This would be the first time we called in DMs. It was me trying to get her to order some food while she was drunk. Oh my god, my brother. Oh my god, dude, Don Quixote's coming out here thinking he's a knight in shining armor, but that isn't a giant. It's a child, and that's really the rough part here, dude. Yeah, the consequences of the male loneliness epidemic. Holy shit, you're so right. This guy's like, I will make her mine by the worst means. But leading up to that will be the first hints of an eventual problem. Back in this, I think she said she was 19. I will be a good girl. Will I be a good girl if I did that? Dude, brother, this is... Listen, man, I know Hinge is like a humiliation factory. I think it's time to get on that. I mean, this girl is a psychopath, Diesel. She has all the issues. Yeah, but like, so what I'm saying is, like, yes, she's a psychopath, but like, you know, when you're like a guy and you're kind of like out, you know, maybe you're out or you're talking to some girlies. Maybe it's just, maybe I'm too, maybe you all think, no, Diesel, I'm too autistic to notice. But like, you know, when you're like chatting with someone and they say things that are just like a little off, you know, where it's like, okay, this is like one of those things where you're like, if you value the skin on your scalp staying there, you'll like duck out of cover, you know. I love you too. Wait till you're sobered up to say that. This motherfucker was enjoying every little bit of attention he was getting too. Yeah. I love you. I love you. I love you. Love you. Oh, we're so cooked. Admittedly, I was enabling this type of behavior by saying what she wanted to hear. Motherfucker, you were infatuated with her. Don't get me started. When she was a good girl or that I loved her, etc. Bro, I was just telling her what she wanted to hear. You know, she just wanted to be told she was a good girl, so I was placating her. Forget a soft dom. What about an ambivalent dom, dude? I didn't think much of it at the time because I did not go into the conversation with any intention aside from wanting to help. I think you're lying. I think you're lying. I don't believe you. I don't believe you in the slightest. I don't believe you. To me, it was casual. So, like, I don't call the women in my life good girl in a casual way. Never once. There's usually like some, you know, maybe some natural sexual tension between the both of us if that kind of word leaves my lips or leaves my fingers via keystroke, okay? When I call you a good girl, know that I am trying to get in your pants. There is no casual good girl, all right? Period. Just like another woman calling you daddy is not casual, okay? It does not exist. Yes, but do they tell you good boy? Q, you know the fucking answer to that. And considering the drunken sad posting that was a commonplace back then, I felt it was apt. If I have a drunk friend and I am not attracted to them, I will rebuff them. I do not want to encourage that. It is not a good line to go down. Just don't do it. I see so many people living with their parents and they're so happy. And I have to live alone and eat shitty food because my parents hate me. Cotton stupid dickheads. Ambivalent non-binary dom is the true neutral on the alignment compass. The next day would establish a recurring pattern of Elfin not remembering the events or topics from the night prior, and me offering to summarize to her. You might want to reread the stuff when you're sober, eat your food, and drink water. God, I was extremely... Dude, this guy should get a pet, right? I think he would get the same kind of emotional satisfaction out of feeding a dog regularly. Good boy is amazing rage bait potential. God, I was extremely cringe last night. I'm so sorry. So what is it they say about a drunk person speaking their truth or whatever, you know? Yeah, I could definitely tell you were just being a clingy drunk, but I thought I'd remind you anyway. Obligatory, I won't leak anything or otherwise be a shitter, so don't worry about that. Foreshadowing is a literary device, first of all. And then 2, is this guy like the biggest? So like, I know fellas, we can sometimes miss signs, but like, really? You know, she might as well have been doing the Brian Griffin thing where she was like getting an air traffic controller guy to like wave down her pussy with the fucking orange cones. Haha, I trust you enough for that. Don't worry. Thank you for everything. I love you so much. Love you too. Glad you're feeling better. Don't be afraid to reach out if you need to talk, preferably before you pound shots. Guys, I was just telling her what she wanted to hear. I totally understand why fucking sailors drowned because of the sirens. Because if a woman started singing within proximity to some of these men, they would also jump into the water. Bird? Mm-hmm. I don't remember the convo from this morning. What did I say? From before I went to work? We would call pretty regularly. Either she was instigating me or suggesting, and she'd usually be noticeably drunk. Average Burb, can I call you? Don't want you to be disappointed in me. Do you want to talk about it? Yeah. Says the Lala. I distinctly remember La La Land. In this call, I remember Alphin asking me some pretty heavy questions. Have you ever dated? What's your take on relationships? What do you want out of this? That last one was so specifically stuck out to me as strange. And I answered very responsibly and said something to the effect, it doesn't matter what I want. I'd rather not take this good deed that I'm trying to do. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, are we serious? This motherfucker is trying to good guy his way right into her pants. That is clearly what is happening. That is such bullshit. I'm sorry. You know why I know that's bullshit? Because I've been that guy. I've been that guy. We've all been that guy, fellas. All right? We're like a reasonably socially adjusted person, and we're like, yeah, I'm gonna be a good guy. I'm not gonna be like one of those fucking Chad, those Chad ungrateful like losers who treat women like trash, right? This guy is trying to convince us that he's a good guy. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is baloney. This is him saying, I want something, but I want you to make the first move. All right. This is when things escalated. I do not remember the exact date. I'm not going to post the images, but at some point during this time frame, Elfin, while drunk at a call, sent me explicit images of herself completely unprompted. The closest thing to nudes one could imagine. I remember telling her the following day and asking her if she wanted me to delete them, to which she said yes. All of those messages have since been deleted. I did save the images in case I ever needed proof of this event happening. Oh, this got retroactively funnier. So now we know that that was C-Sam that she gave him. This lady walked into his room, put C-Sam on his chest, and then walked out, and then he kept it. I honestly, this guy was so easily manipulated that I can't even. It's just like yeah, you're dead, buddy. You're dead. Like I don't like if she just wanted you dead, you'd be dead. I would not be surprised if it occurred earlier though, since leading up to the 6th was some very blatant instances of Elfin horny posting. Bird wants to sex with me. Bird pins a message to this channel. I want love. Do you K-word my thighs? I'd like to think that auto-corrected to the K-word. Do you like my thighs? I think everyone should guck themselves. It doesn't matter. I just want love among alone. No one matters, you know. I like McDonald's a lot. How often could you be using that word for autocorrect and think that's what you meant? Thank you for the meal, Dad. You're so nice. Your voice is hot. I can send you my boobs. Oh my god. This guy, well, like, think about it this way. She doesn't need to buy any of her meals. This stupid fucking idiot will keep buying her McDonald's because he thinks if he's nice enough that she'll put out. I mean, I guess she is, but, you know, in the worst way. For the context as to why that message was pinned, I had a list of things she said she wanted pinned in our DMs. Here's a more wholesome one, for example. Alfin wants to go to London and eat lobster at a seafood restaurant. This guy is such a fucking liar. This guy is a liar. This guy is such a liar. Oh my god. Yeah, which is why you guys shouldn't look her up.
Uploaded on Twitter and other sites. BTW.
Don't look her up. It'll come up. All right. These are all sent to me in the Discord server, which is why I haven't seen any of that horrible shit. Thank God. Thank Christ. But this motherfucker is mentally ill beyond belief. Birdie, if you just touch my pussy, it'll make me come. And I don't even know what the rest of that says. All right. Alfin telling me if I touch her pussy, she'd come real fast. Thank you. Thank you. Fucking. Thank you. Thank you, the fucking pussy whisperer. Yes, I'm sure. You can call me good girl before you go. I'm sorry, I asked that a lot. I don't actually. Elfin, focus. Okay, daddy. This is... This is actually... C-Sam aside, this is so incredibly embarrassing. You couldn't get Homelander to get this shit out of me, dude. This is bad. Oh. At some point during this time, she sent me her face, which I then genuinely deleted out of principle, but here's some messages pertaining to that. I wasn't all just that, but kinda, I guess. I don't like showing myself, self-esteem issues and whatnot. I just regretted showing myself, I guess. No, you didn't. It was all me. I don't like myself. No, it wasn't. I just tied my hair. She asked if she had short hair in one of the pictures, to which she responded that no, she didn't. She just ties her hair. all this to show we are exceptionally close at one point, more than just a casual friendship. You're telling me, buddy. More examples of horny posting. Hey, Elfin, I love you. Pussy palpitations. That's an insane one. I can't. that was actually, dude, fucking Hemingway at the typewriter, dude. Saving a picture of her face was too far, but the CSAM was okay. So he didn't know it was CSAM. He didn't know it was CSAM. She was lying about her age, basically. She was lying about her age to the entire internet. But at the time of this happening, she would have been an adult. But according to her, the images that she was sending were pictures of her when she was a child. Okay? So she's an adult now in the course of this conversation, but the pictures she took were from when she was underage. And then she would send the underage pictures around. And basically, she just used them like blackmail. Okay, but call horny. And yes, on multiple occasions, Elfin did masturbate and call to my voice. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, dude. My oh, oh, I can't. This is actually the worst thing physically possible. Oh, I just feel bad for the guy. It's really hard not to feel bad for him because this is really, really insane. I would never say this. I don't want you to know. I just can't. I did not participate because I was wary of her likely being... I did not participate because I was very wary of her likely being drunk and potentially regretting it or holding it against me after the fact, even with how close we seemed at the time. Guys, I didn't willingly let her masturbate to my voice. I just leaned really close to the mic, and then I started to talk like I was... So imagine that I was there, and you had your panties on, and I had my penis out, and then I... I will stress again that she and I called on a very regular basis during this time. It was a rather even split as to who started the call, as shown previously, meaning it was never me pressuring her to masturbate to me. She was always the one to come to me, and exemplified above, there were multiple instances where she would be upset that I wasn't available. So while you didn't agree to it, you still allowed her to masturbate to the sound of your voice. Okay, all right. All right, buddy. That's crazy. You were giving that away for free. You must sound amazing. The way she seems, I wouldn't be surprised if she was lying her ass off. That too, yeah. Do you think you could fix her? I don't know. No. Keep this 19-year-old freak away from me. All right? This behavior continued, and we called frequently through April, but all of Elfin's messages from April 9th to May 7th were deleted. I struggle to understand the logic behind this because, as you can see, if it was meant to hide certain aspects of our relationship, then she missed some obvious messages, and everything in this time frame was deleted, things ranging from her mental health to innocuous things like songs she wanted to cover, which is not the case later on. However, April is when we first discussed the idea of meeting in person. That might have been the main reason. As you can see here with a rather important message, we established that we were discussing the idea of meeting in person early on. I would joke about how often, following her various depressive episodes or mental breakdowns, and given how close we are, it eventually became more than a joke. How old was he when they were messaging? I don't know his age. I don't know his age, but given the time frame, she was an adult the entire time they were talking. Yeah, 27th of May. That week and first week of June is what I had in mind. During this time period, I took a trip to the UK to meet up with some old friends that I had over a decade. Alphen would come to know about it because I asked her if she would like to meet at some point during my trip. She was relatively open to the idea. I'm kidding. I'm scared of meeting people online, Lamau. I had a really bad experience once. I really want to, though. Wait, so it's all just men? I'm stupid and wouldn't mind meeting. I literally challenge 50-year-old men to play football with me at the pub, but if I'm sober, I'll be a nervous wreck. That's the thing. I told Bird I'd meet him for like one day, Lamau. These are from a group chat. As stated above, she had deleted our side of the DMs from April, but by the time I pulled the logs. She would eventually give the soft okay. It was a very non-committal response to my non-committal phrasing, try to. So I was not expecting anything, nor would I hold it against her. I think the one thing, okay, aside from this guy being like the biggest fucking loser in the universe, the most irritating thing is how much this guy is like trying to bend over backwards to avoid. Like, she's crazy. She's crazy. But like, it is actually the most pathetic shit with how much this guy is bending over backwards to be like a fucking fedora tipping nice guy. Like, unironically, he needs to be more of a fucking asshole. Like, like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think we could try and meet up. Oh my God, give me a fucking break. You let her masturbate to her voice, and you haven't once thought about trying to sleep with her? Like, you're such a fucking loser. God damn. Fucking actually go through with it, okay? Or don't. Like, this is actually soy. This is actually soy because he's like, so, there's no other way to describe it than he's being an F-slur right now, okay? He's just being an F-slur. Like, does he like penis? Is that why he's not going to meet her? That's why he's going to hook up with the boys? I did it to expose she has other boyfriends. She lied. Yeah. At least try to say hi the day of so I can give you your gifts. Okay. She ended up backing out of the meeting, which again, I expected and did not hold it against her. Grow a fucking backbone. Grow a fucking backbone, you fucking loser. This woman didn't want to meet up with you, and you clearly were attracted to her. You brought gifts to the UK to give to her, and she didn't want to meet up with you. Why are you doing this to yourself? For those of you who have been around for long enough, you might recall some specific bat plushies she mentioned wanting. Wait, bro, this doesn't answer the question. Tentative feel. I need to plan a day a bit so I know where I'm heading off to. Ah, man. I really can't, like, meet up. I don't have that in me. You're gonna hate me for this. You're fine, dude, Lamau. I'm sorry, fellas. Fellas, if a woman does this to you and you fly across the Atlantic Ocean and one of your expectations is to see her, if she's like, I don't want to see you, you move on with your life. You need to hang that one up. But something else happened during my trip. Hey man, you free to chat for a sec? It's about Elfine. It's important. Shoot. TLDR. Apparently when drunk, she would get in private VCs with Merrick and had a few times masturbated to positive affirmations he was giving her. No videos, just audio. They had a fallout. That's why he left. I don't know how true this is. Merrick is trying to defame both you and Elfie. She deleted all her DMs with Merrick out of fear of getting hacked. Okay. So there's no concrete evidence unless you take Merrick's word. Just audio. All the evidence of conversations and text after that have been deleted. But that was her gachi koi turned on by my voice drunk. She called it an infatuation. But I think that was it. Affection and lust. Well, that is indeed heartbreaking. I'm sorry. She just kind of did that.
All these guys are hypersimps BTW thousands upon thousands of dollars and thrown gifts including underwear,
This is
tanks, and
actually,
alcohol.
it is actually so pathetic. It is actually, I can't even be mad at her. Like, I can't even be mad at her. The sharing CSAM is inexcusable though. But also, like, she was taking all these guys for a ride. And at some point, I just gotta go, well, they are losers. I do agree, they are losers. Like, I'm supposed to feel bad for them? Like, I don't feel bad for them at all. None of them had the balls to do anything about their situation. They were so desperately lonely. Like, God damn. This is highly confidential. It does not leave this chat. I hope you take it well. Okay. She masturbated to said affirmations a few times. On cam, just audio. Probably fucked all of this up really bad. Try again tomorrow. He's not buying me, first of all. Second of all, fuck you, bought me. I deleted DMs because I didn't want my account getting hacked. I talked to Bird as much as I talked to you. Basically nothing. You guys know nothing about me. Fuck off with your bullshit. And yes, I'm not meeting him. I would fucking never. Kill yourself, actually, Merrick. If you genuinely think this is bi. This bitch is fucking nuts. That this is like she's evil, guys. She's evil. This is by polite society standards, she's like a fucking horrible person. Okay, by girl bossing standards, she's literally girl boss maxing. Okay, so like I was contacted by someone about Merrick, and that Alfred had supposedly masturbated in a call with him on multiple occasions. I brought it up to her. Blank shared stuff that he and Merrick talked about, things involving you. I'm going to a dinner reservation at 6:30, so I won't have my phone, but we should talk later tonight. Blank are being dicks because they know something is up. Bruh. I asked Merrick, and he says he told him his worries about you being in the UK and us apparently being a thing. God, can all of this just stop? It's so fucking frustrating. I'm so tired. I'm not even trying to be fucking... So, okay. Like, the crazy shit about this is that this girl's like, I'm lonely, blah, blah, blah. And, like, not only is she sitting around being, like, a giga racist and a terrible human being, right? But then she's, like, bitching and moaning that her life is a fucking disaster and that she's miserable and she's sad. Honestly, wallow. Get worse. Get worse, dude. Because you're doing nothing to yourself other than making your life worse for yourself. Like, this is only, like, making your life more frustrating. Like literally, you reap what you sow, and you've reaped what you sow so long. It's like, oh my God, I should think about it. She might fucking kill herself. Like, are you fucking kidding me? She literally did all of this herself. Like, what? I'm supposed to, like, give a shit about her feelings when she did this, dude? This was her. I have screenshots. He said a lot more than that. This isn't about GFE or my feelings. You need to know that people are leaking stuff you definitely didn't want leaked. I'm not upset to be clear, but we need to talk. I don't care. My personal matters shouldn't be discussed like this. Like, what the fuck? Why are so many people involved? It's insane. Whatever happened between Mayor and Merrick was 100% cleared, and I apologize for everything being under the influence of alcohol. You know what she does? She uses alcohol as a cover for doing all this ridiculous shit. Okay? Oh my God, he's rolling over. He's snitching on the other guy. I can't believe... Guys, you know, this is why I'm not particularly scared of the racist community, because they are losers. This is such loser behavior. Oh my God. This is so fucking pathetic. I can't. Listen, blank DM me out of the blue about this. I'm not going and looking for it. I don't want this to end up hurting you, which is why I'm telling you. At the time, I found her reaction a bit odd, because she seemed more upset at me for supposedly discussing her private affairs than with the people leaking this information. But as you'll see later, the deflection as blame, as well as attempts of victimizing herself, were constantly present. She would go on to write this apology, explaining her side of the story. Racist online, yeah. Well, so, you know, I don't think the guys who are the ICE agents are the same guys that are watching the Elfinpsyop VTuber. Armchair racist, yes. Yeah, the ones that can't dedicate any time to even, what is it? What do they get? 48 hours of training or whatever? Before anything, I'm going to give my side of the story. Me and Merrick started talking in VC casually, and he would basically encourage the drinking. We'd both drink. But as you can tell, he drinks a lot more than I do. And I've had multiple instances of being absolutely hammered because of that. And I didn't remember shit. He told me the next morning, much like you did, and I fucking hated it. Can you imagine someone tells you, hey, your GF cheated with me and I slept with her, and then you go to her and say, babe, he's leaking stuff. We gotta stop him. I try my best. I'm really trying. I'm sorry I've caused any pain. I didn't mean it. Guys, you gotta understand, Girly Pop was in a dark place, all right? Girly Pop was in a dark place. We all make mistakes. She was simply drinking, okay? I didn't tell Blank about exactly because I have my personal issues and I'm trying to get better. This motherfucker needs to go to Alcoholics Anonymous. I wrote this response, which she reacted to instantly despite the multi-hour long gap. Hold on. Blah, 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 but in case you were wondering, I had distracted. Okay, all right. So, like, first of all, she's always online. What she sends you a message at 1, you don't respond until 6, and then you, like, make a statement about how she responds instantly? What are you kidding me? Alphin, like I said every time, you don't make me uncomfy. The times you were talk to me while drunk were a sign of great trust. That means a lot to me. I never want to seem like I'd forsake that. Jesus Christ, if she had a cock, you'd be neck deep in that. Oh my god. I hate this guy. This guy is so pathetic. It's killing me. Oh my god. Oh my god. I hope I haven't come across as trying to take advantage of you. I think I've made it pretty obvious that I do have feelings for you. But there's a reason I always told you to say the sappy stuff when you're sober, because obviously I'm not going to hold you to what you say while drunk. Again, please let me know if I ever overstep boundaries or if it seems like I'm taking advantage of you. And regardless of my feelings, I care about you and your future, and that's what I came to you as I have about this. Why I knowingly name drop despite being told not to. I just didn't want to hurt you. I didn't want to you didn't cause me any pain. We're not a couple. I don't own you as a person. It's okay, genuinely. This guy is extending a couple, like if they were a couple, he is expending the energy required to maintain a relationship on this fucking idiot woman. What I enjoyed the most were the genuine heart-to-heart moments we've had, where you told me about stuff yourself, your interests, your day, talking to you while struggling, etc. I know how hard it is for you to open up, and you're pretty often, and you say pretty often that I don't really know you. So moments like that meant a lot. I value our friendship. I hope I can retain your trust and continue to help you. I don't want to leave you suffering on your own. That does pain me, but I understand if that's personal to you. And sometimes you have to do what you have to do on your own. I'll continue to support you if you'll allow me. I see the effort you're putting in, and I want you to succeed and be happy. My God, what a fucking loser. What a fucking loser. What a fucking loser. Oh my God. You're an amazing person, Bird. I do trust you way more than I trust Merrick, of course. Which is why I deleted every message I could in Merrick's chat. I trusted him enough to not to make a big deal out of it, considering I was fucking drunk as shit, but whatever. I do trust you. I hope I didn't make things awkward for you. I'm very weird with people and opening up, so I do it while drunk and cringe while sober. It's a vicious cycle, and I decided, hey, I'm gonna distance myself. So yeah, it's taking me a while to fully understand and open up, and I'm glad you understand my position. Thank you for being there to me. You've brought me great ease, like financially, but also emotionally. I can never thank you enough. This guy should be hit with a fucking hammer. Holy shit. uh, chicken tenders or boneless chicken wings? I'm gonna say it. Aren't those like literally the same thing? But personally, I'll pick tendies. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I appreciate your existence and for caring about someone as pathetic as me. Ah, God, fucking gag me with a spoon, motherfucker. This conversation afterwards, but it adequately paints the picture that I had at the time. She was being taken advantage of by Merrick while drunk. Is he? This guy is. I can't believe he thought that at the time. Following this, things were obviously a bit awkward for some time, but I was very consistent in keeping up interactions and otherwise giving her space to match my response. I was still her friend regardless. Eventually, things reached a point where I would consider them recovered, but obviously never to the same level of intimacy. No, really? Other things to note, I made it pretty clear in my response to the Merrick situation that while I had feelings for her, I was fine putting them aside. Baloney. However, she did not outright reject me in her response, as you can see, which is something she would claim to have done later on. I think it's pretty obvious that she doesn't actually want to be in a relationship with you. So the fact that you haven't been able to take a hint is crazy. Okay? It's actually crazy that you can't take a hint. Coming out of the Merrick arc, I was not doing particularly well for obvious reasons. I wasn't literally suicidal by any means, but I was joking about it more than usual. Rather, the jokes were more in-depth than usual. I said the following to Otaku, Elfin's editor. When I give away all my money, I'll reserve 700 for a Glock and some ammo. Wow! Oh. I thought it was an obvious joke, or at least something that wasn't a media concern, since I obviously had more than 700 at the time. I was the one paying Otaku after all. This, I'm actually gonna fucking flip out. I'm actually gonna flip out. I'm actually gonna flip out. This guy's bankrolling this entire girl's career. Oh my god. Male loneliness epidemic, and then it's completely self-inflicted, dude. It's crazy. But he took it very seriously, which I can't blame him for, and that resulted in me having a talk with him and Elfin. Ironically, I would be the one drunk this time. The call itself was nothing notable, but that he and Elfin discussed in private is worth showing. He said he would prefer a platonic relationship if that was an option between a platonic relationship or none, but it would depend on the circumstances. He said there was something that he couldn't tell me that makes him think that you might like him that kind of way, though. Bruh. Do you know what he's talking about? Yes. But he's also straight up ass, and I fucking told him my answer, so explain. I can't, sorry. This bitch. This bitch. Oh my god. The males need to be lonelier. I need to blow my nose. Hold on. Being sick is great. I'm like running on Dayquil right now, I'm not gonna lie. That's why I keep clearing my throat. It's pretty bad right now. Otaku gave me these screenshots once I told him about Elfin's antics, which I was obligated to do considering that I pay him and I would be leaving inevitably. So this guy was paying her editor to edit her videos, which is crazy. He had kept it to himself until then, since it wasn't something that I needed to know. What she says here is a blatant lie. Not only did I never ask outright about the prospects of a relationship, one, you did. Okay, you did. Guys, a guy and a girl are having romantic conversation on the internet. They both say online that they like each other. The guy is coming to meet up with his friends in the same place the girl is. And he runs it by the girl. Hey, should we meet up? Is that or is that not him asking to, like, you know, maybe start something more? Move on to the next phase. Right? Does that seems to me like he kind of asked and she rebuffed him. Right? I know that if I went somewhere and I said, "Hey, I'm going to be in town. Do you want to go out for some drinks or something?" And they were like, "No." I would never bring up the prospect again, and I would move on with my life. All right? I've done that. Okay? It's normal. It's normal to do that. But she's also clearly referring to our discussions during the Merrick situation, where she never gave me any sort of direct answer to her responses, which is what I was alluding to before. Is this worse than Scarlet Reaper? Is this the are we power scaling off of that now? Is that what we're doing? Somehow this sounds worse than how Jar reacted to Mally's rebuff. It's like he's ignoring all of the signs she's given and just choosing to go, well, she didn't directly say it. Like, literally like Jar. Literally like Jar. A lot of things happen in the quarter half of the year. I present my perspective, then go back to specific events that were made apparent to me in a later summary of events in chronological order at the end. Please pay attention to the dates to avoid confusion. Let's see, September 2024. September 2nd is around the time when I booked my flight to the second trip to UK after she agreed to meet. My flight would be on December 22nd, and I touched down December 23rd. The discussion happened in a call, but here's some instances of us discussing the things she wanted to do. If you find any of stores that have like Y2K shit, let me know. Lamau, bet. Are you one to want to get your hair done like professionally? I know you said you don't like care for dyeing your hair, but besides that, not really. If I do, I always say I need it a bit messy. Bro, I'll go literally anywhere. You don't have to ask. You should pick stuff you want to try. This guy is like... This guy is trying to like... This guy is sugar baby. Like, that's his sugar... Elfin's his sugar baby, man. This guy is a fucking sugar daddy, dude. In response to me listing out some of the Michelin star restaurants I had picked out, this guy... I can't. Where's this? I need this kind of mentally ill viewer in my chat, man. Where's my fucking sugar daddy, okay? I'll swing that thing around for you. Do you remember the places you want to revisit? Chinatown places. I ate karaage with beer there. That was heavenly. Oh my god, this fucking... That's the pick of the... Yeah, I'll show you that place. Karaage and big beer. Can eat there post-weeb shopping if that sounds good, too. Yeah, because the figure shops are around there. Ooh, nice. Build-A-Bear by the London Eye. Oh my god. Oh my god. I mainly wanted to make it clear that, one, this was something mutually agreed upon, not solely me forcing it. Yeah, it does sound kind of like you guys are preparing a date together. That the intention wasn't to attempt to sleep with her. It was allow her to do the things she wanted to do, but so supposedly couldn't do on her own. Listen, man, you're giving her at least fucking 30% of your paycheck, all right? She could do it on her own, number one. Okay? Number two, she's a grown woman. All right? Number three, if you I'm sorry, if me and... Yeah, like I'm taking a woman out and we're going on a date and it's to a nice place and she gets all dolled up and I get all dolled up and we go to a Michelin star restaurant by the gods, by the Emperor on Terra. I at the very least should get a hand job. I'm not like saying I deserve it. I'm just saying that, like, you know, if I'm dropping like 900 on an evening, you know, I wouldn't be opposed to such an offer being presented to me, okay? To assume that there was no, like, I just can't, right? Like, if we're going out to a place like that, you're not saying you deserve it, you're saying you earned it. Listen, there's no unsexist way to say this, but fellas, if you're doing something like this, I think the general expectation is that you walk her home, right? You walk her home, you go to her place, you stop at the door, right? You stop at the door, you kiss her, and then she says, "Oh, do you want to come in? you know, it's kind of late. Yeah, I could get you some coffee before you have to go and catch an Uber. Okay. And then you guys go up. And then you definitely don't drink coffee. All right? Then you definitely have sex. Okay? Like like you know, there's like an expectation. There's an expectation. I'm not saying that it's forced or that you have to. All right? It should totally be if both people actually want to. But like, come on. He needs a treat so he knows he's a good boy. But her behavior in the month of September was exceptionally strange. It was difficult not to feel like she was intentionally trying to lead me on at times. No, really? Where are you? I passed out after work today. Been up since 2 a.m. Oh, you're doing okay? How's your day? Yeah. Just say I'm a good girl. Yeesh. Save the you're attractive for IRL. You've only seen one pic of me. Goober, first off, that's not true. Second, you're forgetting that personality matters more anyways. Personality matters more anyway. Le tip of my hat. What's gonna happen is you're gonna meet me, we go out, then you'll regret coming, and then that's just a plan for what you'll do when you're done with me. Why would I have any regrets? What are you worried about? Genuine question. You always kind of like sidestep the question. I myself as a whole, I guess. Oh my god. Fucking self-defeatist little fucking gremlin human. Here's the pics I took when I got ready 2 days ago to go outside. Don't have to say they're gross. I don't know how to smile, so I make this weird face. Kind of like Jeff the Killer. TBH. I hate showing myself IRL. One time I did remember this guy said I look like a normal girl. Oh my god. My eyes are rolling so hard right now, dude. Pro tip, don't spend that kind of money on someone who hasn't made it explicitly clear already that they'll sleep with you. Jeef the Killer is pretty scary. You're objectively attractive. Holy fuck. Oh my god. I'm not. You are, fucker. You literally aren't allowed to say it till you see me in person IRL. That's my rule. You're insane. All right, deal. Like intense derealization. I don't know how to describe it. Explain. I don't know. What the fuck? You stop responding. I'm not even that ugly, bro. The fuck? Bird. Sorry, I just woke up. Are you disappointed in me? Not at all. I'm very proud of you. She has no obligation, but like a surprise if he acts to hook up after a nice date. No harm in shooting your shot, bro. You could ask. You could hope. She may not be thinking like you are, though. Yeah. I think we should normalize just being like, so do you want to have sex? You know? We should just be really blunt about it. Be like, look, it's a really great date. Do you just want to have sex? And then there you go. I mean, it's not like sexy. It's not like fucking saying, ooh, do you want to come in for coffee? But at least it gets all the pretense out of the way. Jesus. I feel like you guys secretly hate me and make fun KF me behind my back, maybe. Why would you think that? I had a weird dream. You dingered me. I had a weird dream. It's either you fingered me. You fingered me, I guess. Bro, you sexually assaulted me in my dream. Oh my god, dude. Women be like, dream you was so rude. What do you mean? Surely that'd be a nightmare. No, it was a wet dream. It was the essay that you like. Are you not gonna ask what happened? Shit was crazy, or do you feel uncomfy asking? Were you lucid? No. Like, it was a funny anime scenario. Oh my god. I tripped and was falling on the stairs and you caught me like a bodyguard or something. It was funny and then you fingered me. Crazy. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck do you mean what the fuck is wrong with me? Why do you hate me, Lamau? First of all, this guy is fumbling really hard right now. This is like the Giga fumble, okay? There was like, you know when you got like a dialogue tree in a video game, and then there's like yes, no, sarcastic yes, and then the option that says let's have sex, you know, like a fucking Mass Effect. He had the let's have sex option, and then he chose the sarcastic yes option. Why do you hate me, Lamau? Gonna go out and get drunk and raped. Why? If you want me to worry about you, I do that plenty already, without you putting yourself in an actual dangerous situation. Lamau, I'm kidding. Bro is dropping the ball, dude. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want someone else getting to me before you do. I get it. Yeah, sure, but I also don't want you getting hurt. Shocker, I know. I wouldn't get hurt. What does she mean by this, Lamau? You're safe, you fucking retard. I swear to God. You want to see me in elf ears? I took the pic like the day I went out. I'll never say no to seeing you. It's a bad pic. I can't. Her like, I'm ugly, I'm a loser, I'm a freak, I'm a weirdo, and then him being like, you're the most beautiful creature who's ever lived, my queen, is like the most outrageously cringe shit ever. This guy is quite the fumbler. It's actually crazy. I can't get over how much of a fumbler he is. Motherfucker said loser, Lamau. The world's a fucked up place when someone as conventionally attractive as you can have issues with self-image. Have some self-confidence. I don't want to be that guy. But she is not pretty. There. If you think that's IRL, just rape me. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell, dude. Fucking hell. Oh. What the fuck do you mean by this? If you have a rape fetish, just say so. That's not something that can be assumed. Don't duh me, Lamau, huh? Why? I always mentioned it. Maybe I shouldn't have quit smoking. Motherfucker cucks me on a daily and thinks I'm gonna be normal. Kill yourself. What do you mean, daily? You legit said you'd fap to other girls. Like, okay, N-word. Yeah, she looks 16. Yeah, she's an adult in the image, but she looks 16. She looks like she smells really bad and doesn't clean her room, guys. This girl has every
These
single
people
red
can't
flag.
integrate
It's
into
crazy.
society.
Well, let's just thank the Lord that they don't, okay? Dude, let's just be real. Streaming for most people is just subsidizing the mentally ill, okay? We're just subsidizing the mentally ill and throwing money at them as if it was a sideshow circus, all right? That's what you're doing here. That's a teen that draws warrior cats, I'm sorry. As you can see, September was a rather strange month. All of her previous behaviors picked up again during this month, after a roughly 3-month gap coming out of the Merrick arc in June. Mind you, this is also after we agreed to meet and I had booked flights. Now, there are 2 other major characters during this time. One was Captcha, the other was Shovel Breath. Before I get to these interactions, I want to specify that Elfin is her own person, and as such, is allowed to see anyone she wants to see, assuming they are of age. The problem comes in how she handled the situation, lying constantly to the people around her, and seeing multiple people at the same time. This guy is like, you know, I know we were kind of exclusive, but like she could just cheat on me as much as yeah, this is performative male. Performative male. This motherfucker did this guy's racist in a performative male. I didn't know they came out like that. I mean, I don't know if he's racist, I'm just assuming, you know, but like some guy reads Mein Kampf and is performatively racist is like a character I didn't know existed. I'll start with Shovel Breath because the story wraps up sooner from my perspective. Shovel and I never got along. To me, he was a very sleazy guy who lied about the nature of his character often and said that he was only around to see the server crash and burn. Based. Obviously, at the time, I was already a moderator in Elfin server, so I had to take those types of comments somewhat seriously. A guy who sits there in silence and what is he gonna do? The soy right marches on. Shovel raises a lot of red flags for me. Yeah. Yeah, you might want to get better at noticing that. This sounds gay as fuck. As I voiced those concerns to Elfin many times overly over their ways to dismiss it out of hand. Yeah, for sure. I've had many a grievance with a lot of the takes people have in there. You know, there's at least 2 people in there who I've said are essentially there to see you go downhill. And that mentality makes me unironically seethe. Dude, this guy is like her most loyal paladin. Ooh, lol. No, Shovel. Blank is one. Shovel guy just today. Of all people. When you weren't in a call one time, he said in short, I can only watch and relate to people who are as sad and depressed and fucked up as I am. And I'll stop supporting them if they get better. Are we actually, like, why is this guy surprised that this kind of person is associating with this kind of community? Had to bite my tongue on that one. Shovel came from your tweets. I just wanted to watch people destroy themselves, but thought the community was all right after joining. Like I said, many a grievance with folks and some of their takes and how they behave. I think I'm legit completely in the dark on a lot of things. Like, what the fuck is happening with Shovel? Why do you guys keep mentioning him as a groomer? I mean, that's fucked up, but at least he's honest. Yeah. I mean, I've said it before, the way he acts, what Blank said obviously makes it look worse. He's very schizoid coded. Why do people take Discord drama seriously? Well, Lanza, the VTuber in question, was sending like CSAM to her simps and then like turned around and went on Twitter and said, ha ha ha, all of you have been sending CP of me this entire time. And so this is one of her simps. And this was before he knew that the image, so he never knew that the images he received of her were CP. And this is drama from like 6 or 7 months ago. 6, 7. So this is drama from 6 or 7 months ago when he was like, I thought we were a couple, but it turns out this VTuber was actually just leading me on. So Blank is, dude, I don't trust the thing Blank says either from what I've seen. Wait, can you call? 90% of the server is lying about lying to you about one thing or another. If someone is more vocal about it, that gets you. If it's all they do, then yeah. He doesn't, though. That's the thing. Compared to Captcha, Shovel actually cares. Shovel and I would always butt heads, but at some point I noticed a shift in the types of jokes he would make. He started directing cuck jokes at me. Brother, you're kind of a cuck. I'm sorry. And said things in VC like, oh, just don't like me because you view me as a threat and things of that nature. It just seemed a bit too on the nose. If the chair fits, it became blatantly obvious that Elfin and Shovel were talking in DMs. This specific instance is what made me pull Elfin aside to talk about Shovel. Just got here, said he's playing Russian cartoons. Lol. It's better the second time. Again? Is he on the hour-long episode yet? What the fuck is the name of that dog? EU dates. This is September 25th, blah, blah, blah. Elfin and Shovel showed up in an open VC at the same time, and she mentioned how he was going to stream some Russian cartoons. There was no other mention of this anywhere in the server, so it must have been DMs. Elfin is a public figure, so the optics of this could have caused problems for her in her career. What do you mean? What is this guy on about? What is... Oh my god. I've never seen a stronger soldier, dude. This is actually insane. Not only after the Merrick situation, I was constantly concerned about someone else taking advantage of her. And I always thought Shovel was someone who did not have the best intentions for her, so I reached out. This guy... this guy is actually... I pulled her into a call afterwards, explaining... explaining how strange the whole thing looked from an outside perspective. How Shovel, this guy who really spoke truthfully, just so happened to be taking a college course where he just so happened to have assignment that just so happened to feature Russian cartoons that he privately messaged you about. It seemed questionable at best, and I worried that Shovel was attempting to manipulate her. But for what ends? For what ends? How is her being friends with a guy who's an asshole going to affect her career when she literally spends her entire time online being a schizophrenic freak? She seemed to understand the point I was making and unfriended him afterwards. To me, this issue is nipped in the bud. On to CAPTCHA. He, at this point, started posting things in his containment thread, incel maxing, which was intended to be a joke, but he seemed to be toasting in earnest with his woman-related issues. This is the only screenshot that I could find. You made an incel containment forum? Or an incel containment thread on your server? Are you fucking crazy? Man, it's hard to talk to you because I feel like you secretly are using me or something, but you're also so nice to me. What am I using for if not having someone that I actually care about for once? You don't need to change how you act, but at least try to have more faith in me. Because the bottom line is, I really care about you. And then I feel like I'm using you. Again, for what? To feel happy? Let yourself be happy, bro. You don't need to force yourself into this hole. You just let the try me. If I ever have any problems, I'll just say it. So, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the only thing... none of that's really interesting, okay? There was one day where CAPTCHA said something along the lines of, oh, it's so frustrating when women are given the answer to all their problems, but they don't want to take it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, we're running the greatest hits back tonight, dude. What else is there to do than just laugh? I'm just glad that these guys will self-select themselves out of the gene pool, you know? And Elfin got exceptionally mad at this comment. I mediated, I spoke to her to calm her down, and then also messaged CAPTCHA to give him some advice. Guy who's terrible with women and also a cuck is giving an incel advice? God. I was very unassuming of him. He would eventually be banned at Elfin's request in early October. Hey, dude, just gonna send us to clear up any misunderstanding. I talked to Alphabet and VC. It just seems a lot of things lined up, and it makes a mess. She thinks you're a bit too self-aware to make that vague post without realizing it would come off as being directly targeted at her. To which I told her, you're just a fucking retard. The fact that you made a post after she told you to fuck off in general chat in regards to her lights and outlets not working makes it look really bad, and I hope you get that. The timing was exceptionally poor since she was already having a rough time recently. Oh my god. Incel on incel combat, dude. Keep in mind what I said. Stop vague posting shit that could be taken the wrong way. At least explicitly state if that isn't targeted. If you're going to do something to prevent a misunderstanding, if you could be asked. Maybe type up a sincere apology. Hello, incel. I am Chief Cuck of the incels. And as Chief Cuck, I demand you write an apology to my E-wife, who is cucking me with 10 other men. Can you please do that? I'm perfect for her, self-diagnosed. That one friend who never had a girlfriend giving relationship advice. Oh my god. I'm glad she at least she explained it to you since she would never bother to say it to me herself, so I could actually understand now. Yeah, I can see why the timing would make everything worse. I thought she'd know that she tells me to kill myself enough that it'd make me suddenly write up my hate letter right after XDDDD. To be honest, I'm hesitant to write an apology since she completely ignored me when I tried to ask her why she was mad at me. Like, does she even care enough for me to be warranted? Or was it just because, okay, I don't want to dig a deeper hole, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Nothing stood out to me until an event in early December. During this time, people were getting their accounts reported and suspended for making distasteful jokes. Me yesterday. I agree. All women should normalize being rape victims. Wow. That's not a distasteful joke at all. Okay. couple days later, Sako, on his Kazu alt account, would DM me his pet theory about it being CAPTCHA on an alt who was reporting people's accounts. This is the most ridiculous shit ever. This is so terminally online. Mother of pearl, what is this shit? Elfin and I got our accounts fucked hours before we joined VC. Instead, I was like, CAPTCHA and Elfin were saying, hell, no, he's an R9K poser. Someone told him about it within the hour because he was messaging her on Twitter, so I assumed it was him. Given the shit he's done in the past, at least based off of what Elfin was telling me. Okay, so these guys are just being cringe and pontificating. She said he got obsessed and parasocial and confessed and turned down that he became a petty whiner. He also apparently threatened her and shit. No, really? He doesn't deserve to be in the server. Yeah, tracks. It was early in the morning and it could have been anyone. Do you not know, or are you asking what I know? I'm asking. I just got a TLDR of everything. I don't know the specifics, but apparently he was threatening to dox her at one point. I have a lingering suspicion that if Elfin trusted him enough to give him personal info, there was more going on, or she didn't talk about it. But that's a stress. She doxed herself on Throne a few times. Even Blank has told her she accidentally did that. All right. I'll bring up this theory to her on her alt since her main was also suspended. Lol. After thick one, I closed them. I'm not dealing with that gay. Dude, this girl is literally drunk all the time. I'm not dealing with this gay shit. I got rejected. I hate you on God. Like, okay, F slur. When did he even do that, Lamau? Long time ago. And then I banned him. It looks like it says barf. And he kept whining, DMs. I have friends there. Ooh, like, fuck off. I would then pull her into a private call to talk about the issue related to CAPTCHA. I took notes on it during the call, but essentially she told me what she felt like a story of half-truths. So CAPTCHA sends her memes. They talk. Eventually he confesses. She soft lands him and eventually hard rejects because he was being annoying. He starts incel max posting about her in the server and threatening to dox her because he had her Instagram that had one face pic on it, apparently. She said some whack shit about how he didn't want to miss out because she was cute and it would have been easier if she was ugly. She blocked and banned. He comes back on multiple alts with vague threats. Has people in the server relaying stuff to him, etc. Is there a reason you didn't want me to know? Long silence. Well, I don't like telling everything. I don't expect you to tell me everything, just that this was relevant and it makes a lot of things make more sense in hindsight. This dude is literally threatening to dox you. Okay, it just feels weird that you couldn't tell me, but you casually told Sako. I didn't tell Sako shit. Explanation of why she gave him a TLDR, because CAPTCHA DM'd him. So, like, she probably was flirting with him too, honestly. And then he got bad when she was like, no, gender bent Joseph Smith is crazy. Dude, Mormons, if they existed today, crazy. I mean, they do exist today, but like, you know, if they were cool, but like not cool in a normal way, like cool in a cringe way, because they're on Discord. This is my second trip to the UK, which is where I would meet Elfin in person. We hung out roughly every other day, as she was genuinely agoraphobic to some degree. So a rest day in between was needed. Here's just something of the proof that we did actually meet. I'm just thinking about that post that I read with Hal, guys, where the guy was like, I went to go see her and she was just terrible and she wouldn't touch me and It's good. I was half asleep and drunk. A bird is walking back alone. Lol. He's retarded and chose a faraway place. Travel there was hell. It was a normal amount of travel. Just too many fucking people. The lady who stuck her arm an inch from your face was crazy. I have never traveled to a different country to meet a streamer. I would have traveled to a different state to meet a streamer. Just recollecting some activities that we did. I had booked a couple of Michelin star restaurants in London. We went shopping for anime figures. We went through Chinatown. We found a couple of Build-A-Bear locations, but they were all exceptionally packed because it was the holidays. And I built her PC. This guy. Dude, she might have, like, why is she giving him the runaround at this rate, man? You might as well just double down and be in a relationship with him at this rate. Like, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, it took a while. I think he was having a really hard time because he messed up the radiator or something. I fell asleep. It took infinite because I had to redo the radiator fan so many times. Yeah. And the front mounting solo is like impossible. I don't know how you did it. Didn't show it yet. Yeah, it shows scuff enough for me to say I did it myself. No offense, I'm grateful. None taken, don't worry. During this trip would be the only time she gave me a straightforward rejection. Hey, I just want to say I'm grateful you spend a lot of time with me and give me stuff and spend money on me and are taking me out and stuff, but please don't do it if you have ulterior motives. No negative connotation about it. Because the way it was phrased before was, I just want to have fun. This is not going to be a date. Elf, he and I talked at length about all this shit. Even if you guys are only ever friends, he'll be happy with you as long as you end up with a happy life long term. If you are happy, he's he's happy. That's the brass tacks simplest takeaway you need from that. Dude, this is actually crazy. This is actually crazy. I'm glad. I'm sorry. I'm very iffy about these subjects. I'm not good with guys like that. I'm sorry. This girl is a fucking witch. This girl is a fucking witch. And you're like one of those idiots who didn't fill your ears with wax on Odysseus's ship. Okay? You deserved to lose all that money. All right? But this woman should be burned at the stake. The fact that she was like jerking it to his voice and saying, oh my God, say that you love me. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. This, that, and the other thing, followed by all these other like insanely romantical shits, to go through all this stuff, to go on these dates, to do all this, to come to the end and go, remember, that wasn't a date. It's insane. It's insane. Okay. Like unironically, somebody should turn her to stone. Okay, she should be turned to stone and Iron Bull him. All right, by the gods, by the gods. All right, fuck, man, dude, I can't believe this. It's actually infuriating how terrible these people are. The pair of anguish could not get this information from me. Following our meeting, this is the next major event. On this day, Sacco would drunkenly call me. Oh my God, all these losers are drunk on Discord. He started off by telling me someone in the server was attempting to dig up Elfin's old information and that he could potentially become a problem. He would then move to post something on /VT. Diesel, I know you're straight, but Odysseus would? Actually, I already know the answer. Everyone would. I don't know. Maybe not Odysseus. Maybe Achilles. I feel like Achilles actually knows how to have gay sex if we're getting into it. You know? Like Odysseus loves his wife, okay? He's a wife guy. This was prior to all the like, you know, all that stuff. It was Oatmealy. This is prior to that, you know. So this was strictly about the relationship stuff because the stuff we're talking about with like the CSAM is like recent. This is old. Naturally, I began questioning him, trying to understand what he was hinting at. He would then blah blah blah. Claim that Elfin does XYZ. I chose to purposely not put it here because he would go to exclaim how, man, some of these things kind of line up. Yes, he voluntarily posted this. Naturally, I began questioning him, trying to understand what he was hinting at, asking him if he had a confirmation or anything. Eventually, we both came to realize that both he and I had a similar experience with Elfin. We both knew a lot about her personal life. We both received news. She was overall very flirtatious or sexual with us. We talked for a while and walked out of it with two major takeaways. One, I gave him a list of people I suspected those being myself, Merrick, Shovel, Captcha, and Sacco himself, and see if she would address or confirm it. I also wanted to know what she thought of me and why she kept me around. If she were to say she only kept me for the money, she only kept you for the money. There you go. She'll never say that, but like, let's be real, that's what it is. Sorry, it just is what it is. Or said something with the sentiment that she never needed me anyway, and I would immediately leave. 2, we both recognized the pattern. We both agreed he was temporary, and when this lined up, I would confront her in private and be done as well. Yeah, you paid for her editors. What do you think? Well, what about yours then? Yeah, I like sex pesting you and jacking off with you. I like your company. You're funny. I don't think I want to spend time around people who want to jack off to me. Like I know I make the joke, but like unironically, this sounds horrible. Sacco would go on to confirm the list of people. I just had to organize my thoughts and tape it because it was a lot. TLDR, she admitted to being close with you before and that you were the first one. Then Merrick, then Captcha, then Shovel, then me. There might have been some in between, or she was embarrassed to admit it, that she confirmed. As for what she thinks about you, well, she doesn't hate you or anything like that. I guess she just hated commitment or possession. That's why all the other ones in the past fell apart. Coming on too strong or overwhelming for her, something along those lines. Because it already happened and it was a stream. To be clear, I was not present when the gooning occurred. Sacco would go on and eventually be banned, and I took that as a catalyst to start talking to people. One of those people was Lil Bean, because I knew he was close friends with Captcha, and because of a previous VR chat session. I expected to get Captcha's side of the story and nothing more. However, it turned out Little Bean had nearly all the necessary info for us to confirm the whole picture. Sacco and the truth. Bean, we need to talk. Okay. Is anyone hearing you? Elfin sends. Bean would tell me that he was pulled into a call with Shovel, Elfin, and Launchin on the 8 to help them deal with Captcha. He's supposedly been harassing Elfin for months because he wanted to be unbanned from the server. If he thinks Bean knows anything, he'll go fucking insane. You're his punching bag. Dude, this is such Discord drama. Jesus fucking Christ. God damn. True nature of the situation. He even spoke to Captcha. Okay, all right, yeah. Bean assessed that what Captcha was saying had been somewhat true, because it would be extremely unlikely for him to be lying, and also picked the same 2 characters, those being Shovelbreath and Launchlin. Captcha would go on to say how he, Shovelbreath, and Launchlin in September came to the realization that Elfin had sex with them or sent nudes to all 3 of them while maintaining the guise of exclusivity. Never outright saying that they were dating, but insinuating this girl is a witch. I'm sorry, but if there are like, if you're past the age of like 23 and you do stuff like this, you're like a psychopath BPD woman who should be like burnt at the stake. This is like malicious as hell behavior. This is so evil. This is so evil. But then alternatively, these guys are so stupid and they deserved every single bad thing that happened to them. You know, like she's evil, but they're like, they deserved it, you know? The 2 wrongs in this situation aren't there, you know?
I didn't know we'd be retreading Pharaoh and Nani today, JFC.
You know what's funny, Axis, is I think about all the like dramas before this that I've covered that are like this, and just how much it's the same all the time. It's always the same. You know, no, it's crazy how despite the eccentricities and differences of people, how alike we all really are, you know? She's doing what worked for her in these spaces. Yeah, she's doing what worked for her in these spaces, but like, I also don't think it's not a good thing to do, right? I don't think it's a good thing to do, just from a moral standpoint. Like, it would be fucked up if I led some of you guys on, right? Like, if I became like friends with certain chatters and then I just led them on for like money or something, that'd be fucked up. Oh God. Let's see. Shovel, bro. Launch had a GF and he asked me for that shit. He told me after, and I was fucking devastated. I said, I can't do this, man. I never wanted to. I was stupid and drunk, dude. The whole fucking I was stupid and drunk thing is such bullshit. You just like having all these men falling over you. Like, come on. And he said, and he was sad after. I said, I'm not into poly. Oh, this woman's like, I'm not into poly shit. Meanwhile, she's got a harem of dudes. God. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, because you just fucking move on to your next entertainment toy after you drop the last guy. What the fuck? Who's next? Is this finally when the incel grows a black-pilled backbone? I'm sorry, no, I was never into them at all. They don't even know my real name or my face. No, I legit had to remove my account and stop DMs altogether. And now when I drink, I do it offline. You use and discard people and fucking throw them away and then go on to the next guy. Oh! 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 Oh, he's kind of smoking right now. He's kind of smoking. I'm not giving her sympathy points. I'm saying she likes when they give her free shit. Yeah. I'm taking fucking precautions, bro. Bro, fuck yourself. I legit never told them anything about me. You are this woman. I hope it all turns to ash in your mouth, you fucking psycho. Holy shit. Yeah, holy shit. Psycho. Captcha, unironically, shovel and launch happened. I was drunk both times. I like fucking wasted, and I let them know every single time. The fact they kept going and then apologized later, like, wow. So you know you groom, but then you're like complaining about me? I'm done with you fucks. Holy fucking shit. I can't take it anymore, dude. It's fucking crazy. You call them. Every time I try to get away, you come on to them and flirt with them, and then they tried to get you to stop. Yeah, they know nothing of me or my face, but they have my nudes. God. Sorry, no. Each time I was talking about something else. Asked Launch to show his messages. He came on to me while having a girlfriend, to a drunk girl. Oh my God. Guys, I'm an innocent small bean. I simply had a harem of men to deliver me money and food and drink at every beck and call, and every night I would jerk off to one of them while also eating McDonald's because I have absolutely zero decorum as a person. Ah, they tried to get me to stop. What a fucking joke. Actually, holy fucking shit, I can't, those fucking liars. You're saying you wanted to hear their voice, begging them to stay in call so you could fucking jerk it. I don't care if you believe them. Go ahead. Nah, fuck off, Lamau. You know what, Captcha? You want to believe this? Go ahead. I can't do anything about it. They're both giving identical stories. I've had my mistakes of being drunk and messaging them. They took advantage of it. Oh, oh my God. Oh my God. God damn, the soul of two men flies heavy within this woman's soul. God damn, I've never seen a more prolific manic pixie manipulator. Oh my God. Dude, this is the kind of woman we need in the American Psycho remake. Holy shit. What a fucking sick and twisted little freak. And then they say they took advantage of you. Holy fucking shit. Oh my God. This Discord server must have been hell. Yeah, telling me. I like how you don't mention Shovel at all, because we have more info on Shovel than you now. Because I messaged him myself about philosophy. Oh! Oh! Oh, you messaged him about philosophy. And then I vented to him about old guys I liked. And you deleted all your messages with all of us. He helped me with that. I appreciated it. Oh my God. This is like This is a beautiful story. This is the most beautiful, beautiful destruction I've ever seen in my life, dude. I made my mistakes. I wanted to wipe. I hate being a sex object. Girl. Girl. Are you serious? But Launch, he took advantage, and he knows. I don't care what he says. He took advantage of me. How fucking dare you act like you're the victim, and you don't want to be some sex object when you blatantly came on to us. The fact that I apologized and I clearly stated, hey, I'm not into this and I feel uncomfy. Guys, this girl is such a liar. Holy shit. Holy shit. She's doing like she's doing 1 HP voice in these messages. This is really fucking funny. Holy shit. Oh. Oh my god. One after fucking another. Wow, wow. Actually kill yourself for saying that. Oh my god. This she can't accept it. She can't accept it. This girl is actually it's actually kind of phenomenal how fucking fucked in the head she is. And now you call Launch an E-rapist? Holy fucking shit. How dare you? Wow, wow. You do not know how Launch came on to me, and you won't. Good on you for deleting all the evidence then. Surely helps your case. If Launch is so bad, then let's talk about Shovel. Dude, this is actually I'm like, you know when you eat very saucy wings and you have the sauce on your fingers, I'm like I'm eating the sauce. Like, this is delectable. Do you think she crashed an ambulance? Bold of you to assume she's sober enough to drive. Now let's talk about Elfin. Do you think she drives? I deleted it because I wanted to leave that behind. This one's a bit hard to read, but she claims that she started feeling uncomfortable after she realized Shovel masturbated in VC with her. So you can masturbate to the men, but the men can't masturbate to you. Interesting. Captcha was also one of the men who was manipulated. Yes, he was one of the men who was also manipulated. I messaged Shovel because I was having a breakdown, and he helped me for like 8 hours when we were VC just talking about life. Nothing happened until the very end when we flirted, and it turned into a sext. After that, we did that for 2 days, and I felt uncomfy after we masturbated in VC. I felt so fucking uncomfy, I couldn't breathe. I cut him off from after the complete, and he would message me like trying to engage in a convo, and I didn't want to, so I'd make excuses for this. You started it. Oh, I have that. I started talking about my past, yes. Actually sent him a philosophy essay. He read it and analyzed it. Oh, so that you got so that got you dripping wet? And no, I started talking to you way after Shovel. Wow, you know nothing about me, Katja. Unironically, nothing about me. I know enough. You treat people like shit, you become one. I know what I've done wrong, but I've never treated people like shit. Dude, this is cinema. This is cinema. This is unironic cinema, okay? You were fucking full of it. When I came on to you, it was genuine. I even trusted you with my face. Never treat people like whores, shit. None of them know my name or identity. Ask them. Go on. Well, that was a fucking lie. Surely they don't know shit about me, and neither do I, right? And you do. Do you wonder why? Yes, you do. Wow. You know fucking about me, Captcha. Unironically, nothing about me. You're a fucking manipulator. Oh my god, this is just I've read novels that are less dramatic than this, dude. I am actually why haven't we got a Discord telenovela? This shit is so dramatic. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm literally living La Vida Loco right now, chat. You know my fucking name. I'm not. I'm trying to be better. It's why I deleted everything. It's why I got a new account. It's too late, man. What's done is done. Captcha, please try to understand my point of view. Like, for Christ's sake. The point of view of a liar. I can't. You're being so emotional right now, so you won't understand me. God, cinema. This is happening over Steam. They're talking about this in Steam messages. Bro is hitting the fucking Diablo while doing this. I am not. You're biased to see my POV right now, and I don't think I can convince you to see it at the time. What the fuck kind of point are you even trying to make? No one is evil. I wouldn't even blame Launch for what he did. Shit happens. That's why I wanted a clean slate. I'm a victim. I'm drunk. I was a bad person, but I'm changing. I'm only human after all. Dude, this is actually like this is amazing. This is amazing. Okay? I cannot. This is I'm grinning ear to ear, guys. I know I have the model on, but like I have the most devilish grin on my face. Dude, this is like a soap opera. They've hit every single one. They're like, he's like, oh, you're talking like you're in a dark place. Yeah, I am in a dark place. I'm just a girl. I haven't been able to move on with my life. I need to get amnesia and become a new person. Captcha, unironically, no bullshit. I made a mistake with Shovel, but Launch, that was not me. No, I'm a piece of shit. I know. But the amount I regret is outrageous. Oh, God fucking damn it, man. No wonder. I feel so depressed every day because I hate myself for how I am. And I wanted to change. But it was not my fault with Launch. And I'll stand by that 100%. 27-year-old men talking to a drunk girl. And they're the victims. Lamau. She would then be added to a group chat, as Captcha described it, and do a 180 and try to play the victim after failing in her attempts to gaslight him. Oh my god. It just keeps going. It gets worse. You go next? Who's next? Who's your next plaything? Whatever happened with Shovel was my fault. I engaged it. I shouldn't have talked to him about philosophy or my life or anything. Wherever it went, it was bad, and I didn't like it. I got uncomfy, but it was my own fault for engaging with anyone like that in the first place. And I told him after that he messaged me and he was like, okay. With Launch, I was really fucking wasted. I made sure you knew, but it was my fault for keeping up in DMs when I shouldn't have. As a content creator, I should have kept my distance. But you just kind of knew and went with it despite having a GF. I felt so fucking awful when I sobered up. I just wanted to be nice. With Captcha, I genuinely liked him. And I know we went far, but I realized how fucked up it is. The distance. The way I can't handle this since I'm emotionally immature. It felt fucky to get attached to someone I can't even meet. So I stopped. If this thing gets produced by Telemundo, it needs more foxy Latinos. Dude. I can't. I don't even... I made a mistake of reaching out when I shouldn't have. Reaching out, XD. I'm sorry for painting a bad picture. I really panicked. No. It's not reaching out that's the problem. You can ask both of them how I started talking. It wasn't flirtatious. Does all of your reaching out to lead to you whoring yourself out after a span of a few hours? No, it just happened when I was drunk and I regretted it. I don't see you saying you were drunk with Shovel. I thought, hey, I'm getting attention. And this guy, okay. And intimate, and you share my fucking guy, you meet Jesus. Shovel was literally helping me out when I had a breakdown. I genuinely thought he was a safe space. Fucking Christ. I don't even know. A safe space to jerk off? To talk about philosophy? So you can jerk to it in a call? Hold on, I can do a better one. Shovel, he was literally helping me out. I was having a breakdown, and I genuinely thought it was a safe space. Fucking Christ! I don't even know. A safe space to jerk off? You're talking about philosophy, so you can jerk to it in a call? Are you fucking with me right now? What kind of safe space are you talking about? Okay, Elf. You don't remember what happened. You hounded me for an hour talking about it. And you were sober and clarified, and we continued to do things while you were sober. Yeah. Somebody sent me a DM. Oh my god, I can't play that on my new fucking browser. Yeah, we spoke the next day as well, Elf, and you were very open to what I was saying. And that's why I'm sorry. Until I mentioned the whole Polly thing. Yeah. Notice how in this one, she admits to continuing the same behavior while sober. Bum, bum, bum. Wow, it keeps going. We're almost to the bottom of this document. It's been 40 pages. It doesn't feel like it. I cannot even begin to tell you this entire unraveling of this harem and VTuber's life have been some of the best stuff I've read in the past 6 months. It is like, I thought the Twink Boykowski post was like peak. This has overtaken it by sheer audacity of the content. I've never seen something so confoundedly outrageous. Up until Sacco told me of his relationship with Elfin, I only had suspicions. And despite Elfin being an objectively terrible liar, I'm not one to confront an accused without a smoking gun, which Sacco graciously gave to me. When he confirmed a list of people, the Elfstein list. Dude, the Elfstein list dropped before the Epstein list. I began to realize this can no longer be handled privately. She's a danger to herself and those around her. I mean, really the only thing she's doing is like manipulating men out of their money, so I don't know if she's like a danger. She's more like a cautionary tale, you know. I then began collecting and organizing information on Elfin's behavior with the intention of posting it in her Discord server, so that most likely to be targeted were aware. The necessity of making this public knowledge became even more apparent after I talked to Bean, and he told me Elfin's behavior was Shovel, Launchlin, and Captcha, and just how manipulative she was capable of being. Yeah, danger to men's wallets. However, Sacco would eventually would prove himself to be a turncoat. Dude, the incel army is falling apart due to her feminine wiles. All right? Okay. Lots to go through, so feel free to ask questions. First off, I'm just going to say Sacco's entire motivation is to remain clung to Elf as tightly as possible. She knows what you're doing, and has for a bit now, because he fucking told her to try and get back in their good graces. Dude, oh my god. Holy shit. He gave Elfin the logs for our DMs, and as a result of that, Elfin began trying to mitigate the damage by racing to talk to people before I could. Based off of a partial list I had given to Sacco, Sacco could also go out of his way to purposely try and muddy the waters on his way out the door. Hey, blank, what face pictures of Elfin did Bird send you? The ones you send me. So the ones he sent you. For example, Sacco had sent Elfin's face unprompted to another server member, then would try to pin the blame on me. The person this was sent to tried being cheeky with their response, but reads horribly. Sacco would then send this to Elfin stating that I was the one who sent out her face in person. This is why people believe that I'm going around sending people a picture of Elfin. This is not the case. I only ever traded images with Sacco himself, at his request. Since we're going down this pathway, want to trade pics? Horrible! Horrible! Every time you think it gets worse, there's something even worse. is how he phrased it. In doing so, I would come to realize Elfin actually sends the same picture to multiple people, which will be relevant later. Sacco would go to wipe his DMs with me, so I don't have the messages to show. Even after the person clarified who was responsible in Elfin's DMs, this rumor's still circulating. If I told you everything, you'd think you'd like Bird very much. I have no power, though. I'm a streamer. He's got everything on me. I can't do much either. Kill myself or have someone come and kill me once I'm doxxed. Curious, though. Was it Sacco or Bird that sent you the pictures of me? Sacco, right. He told me Bird sent them to you. So everyone just loves lying, I guess. Which means that she's purposefully omitting information because it paints me in a worse light and it better fits her narrative. She also began telling different stories to different people, even third parties that attempted to mediate the situation, further obfuscating the proof. Dude, I think Nani does actually have some competition. This girl is crazy, and these soldiers are strong, dude. She says she didn't sense any amount of character assassination. Very strange, and by very strange, I mean blatantly untrue. She was definitely making you out to be an unhinged psychopath. Also, Colorless and Jumblo are for sure conspiring at this point. I don't remember if I told you. Some of the most egregious sociopathic behavior can be seen in Bean's last conversation with Elfin. Here's some highlights for brevity's sake. My biggest mistake was talking and trusting people I talk to every day in VC. I don't see them as friends. I saw you guys as friends. I know I should have never thought of that. Of course, none of you were my friends. I'm just retarded for even thinking that. Genuinely feel so betrayed. I never even want to fucking talk to any of you again. Bird said I targeted men who became my victims. Most of these guys were 25 plus. They were my friends beforehand. I didn't abuse my supposed position of power. That makes zero sense. I'm not some old celebrity. I'm a 20-year-old girl who's chronically online because I talk to zero people IRL. Unironically, you need to go work a shift in retail. Unironically, a shift in retail would fix you. Okay? You would stop being an annoying, miserable piece of shit if you just worked a wagey job. Okay? Maybe God does want me to smoke Marlboro Reds. Do not pick up a cigarette. The only reason I hid things is because of my personal affairs. Why the fuck should I tell Bird? Who is he? Put the fries in the bag. Elf, quit the bullshit. I read through all 1,600 messages between you and Bird from March to December. It took me 7 hours, but I had to prove every statement Bird has told me and disprove all the main things you've tried to say. I know the story you're trying to tell people, and I can point out every hole in your whole story. Your story has so many blatant contradictions. Of course I'm not on your side. This is so fucking juicy. This document calls for Newports on God. Passive victimization on herself. Notice her focus on age and how she implies that since she isn't an old celebrity, she can abuse her position of power as a streamer. A logical fallacy. Dude, if this girl had to fold a sweater, she might actually die. One of the linchpins of her argument is that she had rejected me on multiple occasions. However, she constantly uses this singular example. Hey, I just want to say I'm grateful you spend a lot of time on me, blah, 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 blah. We've read this before. I just want to have fun. This is not going to be a date. How many viewers does she get? Listen, she had over 100K followers on Twitter. I think she wasn't, like, nothing to sniff at. Notice how this is dated in December, meaning that this does not actually excuse her behavior from before December. That may seem obvious to you, but Elfin will go on to deny the causality itself in this conversation. What is this straight rejection? If this is the one during December, then your argument makes no sense, because everything happened before December, obviously. Huh? What? How does it matter what happened if it were a straight rejection? Are you stupid? So, like, I don't know. She should have gotten the point earlier, but then also she was also happily accepting gifts and money and jerking off post any hint she was dropping, right? So she was like dropping a hint and then doubling back on it like the entire time. Another instance where she used his rejection in December to try and put blame on me is something that occurred in September. Position of power, man. You were 27 paying her editors. Yeah, not to be that guy, but if all these simps walked, she'd be broke. Again, I know what guys you talked about in September. I know you're lying. I have a literal blatant rejection in December. I've argued with a D-Gen so many times before. In the GC that we had, in Revan's DMs. Yes, it was a conversation about rape. It was a convo about rape and how it'd be funny if he raped me or some shit. I saw the logs, dude. I know what I'm talking about. You think something like that even remotely proves you're right, though? There's a rejection in December. After that, he should have realized I don't like him after that. What about it? Are you just going to ignore that? So, this rejection in December would have been like... Because the way you phrase it, I just want to have fun and not blah, blah, blah. Because this would have been right before he went to meet you. So, like, at that point, he should have known, but even before then, you were still leading him on. Like, up until he was, like, locked in on this stupid shit. Okay? So, you're kind of screwed anyway. Like, the rejection came super late. You definitely... The thing is she keeps using this argument that she's like, oh, I'm retarded. I don't know how to read these social cues of men liking me. But she clearly does know what these social cues are. She's lying about not noticing these social cues. She's also lying about, like, saying, oh, I've rejected him at this point. Well, it's like you say that you reject a guy and then, like, jerk off to the sound of him. I've never heard of a more mixed message in my life than somebody getting sexual gratification from you and saying, oh, yeah, but I don't want anything. Like, it's insane mixed messages. Let's pretend for a minute she doesn't understand social cues. You're obviously there enough to know that you shouldn't get in a relationship until you get that worked out. I had to tell myself multiple times someone saying something figuratively isn't them saying it literally all the fucking time. Well, you see, she self-diagnosed as a neuroquirk alcoholic chungus, so nothing is her fault. You're also saying he was cucking you because he faps to other women. If you find all this stuff so uncomfortable, how on earth are you okay with all of it? Dude, this guy is also flaying her. His Dan Blazarian profile picture just makes it even better. Dude, she's got a neuroquirk alcohol chungus is crazy. Do you sincerely think all of those months of me not trying to flirt with him is remotely leading him on? I don't girl, you were fucking flirting with him for months on end. I'll be honest, I've had lapse in judgment. You've had lapse in your judgment? Are you kidding me? God damn, this girl is honestly fucking Shakespearean with her crash out right now. When I would send a picture of my face, like September, where I needed validation, I'll be honest, I lack self-esteem and constantly crave validation from others. How does that make that okay? I'm fishing for compliments from grown men. I, a woman, am fishing for compliments from men. There we go. Let me clarify, because she's an adult here. Okay. I'm fishing for compliments from men. But you know, they're just platonic compliments I'm searching for. She sticks to her singular rejection in December because there is, in fact, not multiple instances of rejection. She lied. This would be different if you said, please understand that I am a creator and you are a viewer. That's the gist of our relationship. Yeah. Yes, but when was the rejection obvious? Tell me. I've already explained so many times. Let me explain one last time. And if you don't open up your mind outside of his fucking bias, I'm going to stop trying. This girl is like actually needs like I'm sorry, but like these I don't even know what the fuck you do with this kind of person. Like I've never seen a more like you should be isolated from society and like rot away in a tomb for like all eternity. Bean presses her to answer the December conundrum once again. She deflects with the summarization filled with lies you can point out, assuming you read the document in full. You give her an ambulance and tell her to drive it. Oh, so true. In April, him and I got close, I will say. Looking back, calling me while drunk and asking me extremely personal questions is extremely weird. I hope you realize how fucked up that is. You would also give up this information willingly. You sent pictures of yourself willingly. These were mutual conversations. You're treating it like him having a conversation with you was fucked up. Like, I don't... Moving on, I started trusting him a lot. Okay, so that prior point is moot anyway. He was helping me with money, my mental health, everything. Really. I genuinely thought he cared with no ulterior motive. It was like a dad. So he was like, what? A dad that you would jerk off to, you fucking freak? It was like a dad. It was like a dad who was just calling me a good girl and giving me head pats and letting me jerk off to his voice. You know, just like one of those dads. Genuinely, after April, the realization hit of how fucked the situation was. I felt like I kind of fell into a trap of getting money from someone. You didn't fall into a trap. You put him in a trap. Pretty much become their slave or something. You became his slave? You became his slave? You became his slave? I tried to delete most of my messages and step away from the whole thing. I stopped talking in a way that's pretty, in that way entirely for pretty much 5 months or so. Between this, I'm pretty sure I generally had a thing with Merrick, but that was a different issue. Capture shit happened too after months. Bird, by the way, tried to meet me during the Merrick situation. I didn't want to at all. Him saying that I soft yesed him is fucking retarded. I would say I really don't wanna. So you didn't say I don't really want to. You kind of gave this like runaround answer, to be clear. He should have taken that as a no. And I don't think that's like a bold-faced lie. I think you're stretching the truth in order to make yourself look better. So I wouldn't say it's a soft yes. I'd say it's a soft no. So I don't know if I'd say that's a lie, even though it's highlighted. I'd say that you're rewording the situation in a way that makes you sound better. And he said, okay, I'll come meet friends, and if you want to meet, you can, but you can also just say no. So when he did come, I said no. Blank said he spent money on me, and he's depressed that I didn't meet. I felt really fucking bad. In September, me and Bird had some weird conversations, I'll be honest. He was the only person I could send selfies to. You don't need to send selfies to anyone, actually. You did that of your own free will. And he would compliment them, and I'd go, oh my God, someone thinks I'm not ugly. So you were sending pictures of yourself for him, so that way he could send you compliments, and then he would compliment you, and then you would, like, accept the compliment. And they were clearly romantic in nature. I trusted him at this point, by the way, during all this time. I had talked to Blank and shit, and he was okay with us not talking in anything more than friends. After September, I completely deleted the account because I was in a sketchy server, but from that point on, I never talked to him in a remotely weird way. Not the rape jokes, I just stopped entirely. He wanted to meet again. I was like, fuck, fine, pretty much. And he said he would come help me build my PC. Blank made the joke of a date. I immediately lashed out. I had many arguments with Blank over that shit show, by the way, but after our first meetup, I sent that message. So you met up with him. You met up with him. You went on this whole big fucking rigmarole outing to Michelin star restaurants and yada yada. And then after he comes back home, you're like, just friends, teehee. Like, honestly, you're like a devil. You're a devil. I can't, I've never become, I am becoming sexist. I am become sexist, destroyer of the void. Dude, this little chuddy's about to crash out. I don't like calling Bird my manager because manager equal boyfriend. Manager do not equal boyfriend, but many such cases it do. And me and Bird had the conversation of, hey, don't please spend money on me. I could ask Bird for the full GC, and I'll let you know, and I will let you tell me where to look. I'm perfectly fine with this. Oh my god. All right, and then he's just rebuffing the lies there, but I mean, we did. For VTubers always, yeah. Manage apparently that is, okay. Elf make bird manager by name. Elwoki lie, my manager. He didn't wanna be. He said he would take it if I asked you. Ask you do it or I'll quit. He is technically my manager. Name, role, let me ask. Yes. He said he'll take the name. He just didn't want to cause drama. Yep, I know. He needed a little push, so I gave him one. Dude, I always say I don't like the manager shit, man. It's always been fucking, it has a fucking meaning behind it. Nah, I mean, you asked him to be one back in the day, so that's what I'm asking. You guys practically forced it. God damn, this woman is the worst. Dude, I'm about to shut out, dude. I'm about to shut out, dude. As I said before, the deflection of blame, as well as the attempts of victimizing yourself, are constantly present. Okay, I'm starting to run out of patience for reading this. All right, Bird has agreed to give me the logs. Are you willing to go through them? KK, send them over. I don't know why. Why is the Dan Blizzarian guy bothering with all this? Okay, another bad faith argument related to age. You don't see the literal weirdo behavior by letting a 19-year-old drunk girl be sexual, guys. She's just an adult minor. She's just an adult minor, guys. Dude, this person needs to rot and have their career sucked up from underneath them. Holy shit. How do these people have time to even get into all this drama? There's not enough hours in the goddamn day.
Hey boss. Stocks are down. Here's your cut of the profits.
Isn't a cut of the profits when stocks are down just mean that I'm like... that there's no profits? Oh, wait, let me put on... There we go. There we go. It's a little past 3 hours, but, you know, we hit the goal. Wow. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Closing thoughts. Oh, shit. Wow. Wow. Again, Elfinpsyop is dating none of you. She wasn't dating any of us either. She's allowed to do what she wants privately. However, allowing her to continue to lie to people, to lie about people, to predate her audience while being in a position as a streamer would be immoral. She is quick to throw anyone under the bus when she no longer needs them, even in most of those she's fond of, people she supposedly trusted. She paints them in the worst light with slanderous accusations, assassinates their character, accuses them of being groomers. It's egregious that she claims that foreshadowing is a literary device. Holy shit. It is egregious that she claims that people betrayed her trust and blah, 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 blah. I hope I've managed to... This was beautiful. All of you people should become jobless and destitute. Closing thoughts, I need to get out and find a real woman or be alone and fix myself in therapy. So true. I mean, there's so much. There's so much to say, right? Wow. That's crazy. Well, fuck. That was something else. I don't even know. What do you even say? Put pants on? I'm wearing a dress right now. Guys. Okay. We didn't even get to the bad tweets. God, yeah. Fuck the bad tweets. Yeah, guys. Well, she's like also giga offensive. There we go. That's it. She's as bad as you could possibly imagine. There's more. Oh, God. I couldn't tell from her use of the hard R. The punchline is slurs. Here, I'll pull them up. All right. Here. Nobody leave. We're all staying here. You're all trapped. Okay, you're all trapped in this hell. Here, actually, you know what I can do? I'll pull it up on my... No, I don't want you guys to see the messages I haven't answered. There we go. I'm 20. I've never had a boyfriend. I'm a virgin. I have never kissed, fucked, or anything before. I hate myself so much. I'm such a terrible situation. First of all, you're 20. Second of all, shut up. Oh my god. Let's see. I know I joke a lot and stuff, but I've been losing my shit every night. My brain is foggy. I can't think. If I don't get drunk enough, I do way worse things that I'd rather not mention. Until I get a minute alone, I start experiencing my entire past life. Not my childhood, but the past life with names and conversations I can't remember. Then I'm left with vague memories of things. Wow, okay. But Diesel, would you smash? Not in a million years. Not in a billion years. Absolutely not. I like older women. Not 20-year-old disgusting neats. Great. Every time I like a VTuber, they have issues. I'm not sure they're real, but if they are, I'm in between the line of thinking it's concerning and we should help, but if not, then I'm being too parasocial and I shouldn't care. Parasociality is a social norm created by flesh streamers to ensure they have enough space to have an army of orbiters while simultaneously having a boyfriend. They use this word to justify being whores. What a tweet. What a tweet. I obviously milk the parasocial relationship for my own monetary gain. Obviously, that's how a streamer works. But like, yeah, why shouldn't I be allowed to have a partner? Like what? I'm supposed to have no barriers between me and my audience. I should just let them have full unfettered access to me. Clearly you think that that's great. I think trans people should not be allowed to be in sports or vote. What a tweet. What a tweet. I think you shouldn't be allowed to vote, actually. I think we should lock you in a house, okay, and throw away the key. The Nazi one, you guys saw that earlier. I love astronomy so much, and I love stargazing, but I can't because there's too many immigrants in the UK, and it scares me to go outside alone. I'm so glad you're gone. You think saying blank or blank makes you based? Oh, you think saying the N-word or the N-word with a hard R makes you based? Edgy, cool. Say actual vile shit. I want more edginess. Anyone can just fucking type words on a screen, bruh. I don't want this basic Instagram humor shit saying, oh my god, I can say the N-word. I can say F-slur. Oh my god, I can say retard. Ha ha ha. Anyway, do you guys like how cool I am? I'm an internet girl. I like to say slurs. Talk about glass houses. Jesus Christ. My entire personality revolves around me saying words, guys. I have no other interesting traits whatsoever. You think I'm fucking scared of saying this shit? I have a personality outside of this trope, you fucker. I wanna like run into her in a situation where she has to go outside and run up to her like in those Tyler the Creator vines where he scares Japanese people and just scare the shit out of her. I just want to like walk past her on the street, go, oh, and just keep walking with my day like nothing happened. Like she just experienced like a glitch in the system. If what I said before wasn't clear, just be fucking smart about how you treat people. Genuinely do creative shit, that people genuinely do creative shit for you. Putting in fucking effort, holy fucking shit, bitch. How fucking entitled and spoiled do you need to be? Put a wrong name on people that genuinely want to be unfiltered, edgy, or not fucking disgusting pieces of shits to people like you. Free speech matters, but you cunts ruin it. Don't give them the power by putting so much significance onto the word. What can I say? Too edgy for normies, too normy for edge F-slurs, I guess. Diesel following her home at night from a safe distance with his hoodie up to keep the cold out. Of fucking course. Sure, she makes it up safely. This next one says, some black people shouldn't have rights. What a hit tweet. Oh my god. I don't understand how you can live in this modern world and see all the bad shit happening and not immediately connect the dots and see that it's Jewish influence. Dude, I wish the fucking Jewish deep state would be giving me fucking a bottomless check. Are you kidding me? All of a sudden, I'd be on stream and I'd be like, nigga, halva, nigga, halva. Like, I'm sorry, you think it's true? I mean, Jeffrey Epstein definitely does appear to have been a Mossad asset in some capacity, it seems. But like, you know, I guess we'll never know. The mold is strong between her ears. I'm sorry, this drunk NEET has like outspoken political power is actually insane. Like, why the fuck? I'm sorry, but if you're on the right, why the fuck would you ever listen to somebody like this? Like, they're like this fucking disheveled, disgusting little wretch that doesn't even like what is she even amounted to? Okay? Like, what a fucking failure of a person. Why would you ever want that to represent your side? Laura Loomer saying something about Israel exposed. They act as if it's just Muslim propaganda that the Jews are hated, and not that they literally control most media outlets and are mostly pedophiles that influence global events. Wait, she had people on the right listening to her? Because not a single one of her traits would be followed by someone on the right. You seem to misunderstand. It's not about the values you espouse, but how many N-words you say. You can, better yet, you can say that you have those values, not actually believe them, and people will listen to you because you're offensive. It's the same reason guys like Sneeko have like an audience, right? Or like Clavicular is fucking infertile, but like there's like a reclaim the white race thing that's like real popular now. Okay? And it's like, oh well, a large talking like voice in that movement can't even fucking have children. Like, you don't need to actually believe in any of this stuff. If you just make a semi-coherent statement and be offensive about it, it's like, it's reverse virtue. No. Let's not even reverse it, right? Because when we do that, we make it a new thing. It is the same thing, okay? Or either that or it needs its like own term. But I think virtue signaling works. So just virtue signaling to their party. That's it, right? Like it's literally all just that. This one is insane, actually. Holy shit. How a noticer sees the world of messianic themes, Jewish propaganda. Okay, this one's funny. There we go. It's virtue signaling. It's just that the virtues are different, right? Yeah. They're not SJWs, they're CJWs. You know, they're CJWs. Conservative value justice warriors. That's what they are. Right? Same thing, different group. All right, let's see. Are there any more tweets? This one is funny. I'm not even gonna lie. This one's funny. I can admit a funny offensive joke when I see one. This one's also funny, but for different reasons. So here's her like responding to like a woman talking about an OF. And so here's a Pepe driving a van with the Israeli flag, and it says "Go be a whore." It's so empowering. Meanwhile, she was also doing that exact thing. She was just being a whore in private for free. She was honestly not maximizing the amount of capital that she could be making from that, you know? She could have been making even more money. Why do a lot of people here hate me? I don't understand, but I feel like I'm too socially inept to understand the signs. That's a lie. People used to say online is different from IRL, but it really isn't. Everyone has groups and friends, and they're just with it. Any socially inept person hits the curb. I would love for people to see. I want like your most infamous tweet to like float over your head like a Sims plume bob. Okay, so that way everybody could see your most embarrassing moment at all times. The panopticon should be worse. Like, all of this shit is all self-inflicted too, right? Like, she could honestly fix herself at any time. Anytime I feel like a cute girl, I'm reminded of how I'll never have actually genuine friends, and how disgusting and gross, and I probably look to most people. I'm a fucking mess, and I can't change that ever. Well, first of all, you can shower, and then you can comb your hair, and then you could go outside, okay? Like, all of those things. And then, what do you know? You'll make friends. Like this is completely self-inflicted, like, I just want to be miserable all the time bullshit. There's more Jewish Fed posting. I'm not gonna go through all of them. It's just more Jewish Fed posting. We'll skip that. Let's see. What the fuck? This one's crazy. What the fuck? Wish I lived in a tank, a small controlled environment, full of pussy musk and gooned posters. My little safe haven, where I relentlessly goon to pictures of jacked army men. Okay. Oh my god. That's bait. That's bait. Instead of flesh posting, I'm gonna draw myself more. Maybe hentai. I love hentai. I'm Arrow manga sensei. Why a tank? I don't know, dude. Because we're gonna live in a pod. Okay. Oh my god. My cat keeps licking my nipple because I'm always shirtless. Is there any way to fix this? Put a shirt on, you fucking piece of shit. She loves tanks and bottles of tanks. Interesting. What's her favorite army? What's her favorite army? Is it the Germans? Here's her with the Kana body pillow. Kana body pillow at the con I went to yesterday. Never again. There's one here that says, I'm not even gonna go to the process of reading this because you guys are gonna immediately clip it. But yeah, it's bad. She says it's a picture of her with the words "cunny" around it, and it's her drawn as a small child. Yikes. There's a lot of bait here. It's like her being like, why do black people hate lollies? There you go. What's up with all these black people hating on lollies? That's her VTuber model. Yeah. Let's see. This is horrifying, by the way. But this is the most Fed posting shit. I've been chronically online since I was 9 on sites like 4chan. Of course my brain is fucked. Lamau. Her male fans are probably more horrifying than her. Trust. Oh. Browner than I remember, Mr. White Race Savior. I'm drunk enough to come out. I'm Paki, mom's side, and Ukrainian, dad's side. I'm a halfie. Lamau, weird combo, right? I'm not some, that's a new slur. I'm not Muslim, and I hate Muslims. I love Christmas. I'm more Slavic than anything because I grew up Slavic. And then she's pro-Ukraine, Slava Ukrainia. So not only is it really funny that she's the minority she's worried about when she goes outside, she's like, I just, bro, why, dude? Dude, if Hitler came back today, he'd kill himself again, seeing how racially diverse the racist community is. Oh my god. Dude, coming out as biracial, what is she, logic? She literally tries to color correct her own photos to make her not brown. God. This is... I should make it clear once and for all to save this tweet for future reference. I fucking love lollies. My favorite characters of all times have been Megumi, Shiro, and Shinobu. I love flat chests and smaller boobs. I have small boobs, and I love lollies. I love Cunny. Oh, I love lollies. We used to throw people like you in the oubliette, dude. All right? Throw this woman on the rack. Throw this woman on the rack right this instant. Him, you shouldn't scream that at the top of your lungs. Oh my god. We should engage in the Slavic tradition, in the Ukrainian tradition of tying you to a sled with dogs on both of your arms and then having them run off in opposite directions. Wow. But that is an absolutely insane statement. Oh my god. Oh my god. What a freak. What a weirdo. Oh my god. Wow. She needs to make like Guy Fawkes and Split. There are people that the gods look and frown upon. All right. I may be dressed as a maid right now. Here, I can get naked. Hold on, it's somewhere in here. None of my things are labeled right now on OBS. So I gotta just kind of, you know, look around for it. Oh my god, I don't remember. I guess I'm stuck as a maid. Oh wait, I found it. There we go. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Now I'm nude. But, yeah. Wow. Oh no, I also have the bruh eyes on. Oh my god. Dude, I need to put my shit on, dude. I need to put my words on. Alright, well. I'm leaving now. We've gone through it all. Alright? Gone through it all. And I can't keep going. So, there's that. Stand up, Diesel. No, this my model will show its penis. Oh my god, what a time. What a time.